Hello. Oh, wait. We need to get in the right mood. Here we go. Here we go. Yes. No. It's good. It's good. All right. Let me load up Minecraft, and I'm watching this simulation here, Lunprod. Where'd you find this?
Wow, where'd you get this? Oh yeah, it looks military. Definitely military.
Mr. Potato Head, asteroids are not secrets.
Oh yeah, but you're giving away all our best tricks.
Let's take a look at this. Let's take a look. What do we got here? Hello. How hop? Who's a hop? Here, check this video out. Linfrod linked this. Let me take a look. Any recent SLS images? No, nothing. I mean, there's a 360 video of the LVSA being installed, Corey, but that's about it. I was over here. Did you see this? No, but that's cool. So this is what Chicxulub looked like, the asteroid that took out the dinosaurs. I think all the dinosaurs extinct. Uh-oh. Twitch defaulting me to 480. Yeah. You gotta have the bandwidth. You gotta have bandwidth for, gotta make sure everybody has the bandwidth for everybody else, Oh boy, South Florida. Maybe it's a setting that I have configured, guys. Who knows? Want to see that beautiful mustache and crisp 1080 HD. Nice. 180. Uh-oh. 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 Atmospheric entry. The resulting heat may have killed people. Trigger massive wildfires. Ooh. Huh. Well, that would have been unfortunate. Alright, cool. Let's load up the Minecraft map. What do we have here? Let's take a look. Oh! Oh. Oh, that's baller. That's that. Yeah, it connects to the subway. Oh, that's cool, man. That's awesome. Yeah, now we gotta make the freight yard. We gotta make a freight yard right here. Oh, that's so sick.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
What else has been done? That building's coming along. Firehouse is coming along. Everything's coming along. Everything looks real nice. Road's almost done over there. It's not a hump yard, no. Why would there be a freight yard in the middle of the city rather than at a dock, for instance? There's no room out there. There's no room. Wasn't planning on that at the time. That's city planning. It's just put it right here. Call it a day. The cargo terminal? What about it? Maybe we stage passenger trains here then. Maybe we stage metro or the tube, drummer. How do you view it in a 3D view? Click on this button over here. Yeah, let's go check it out. So I've been working on this car for 2 weeks. Found a roaring sound after a test drive. Placed the right wheel bearing, swapped the tires and the CV axle on the right side, and now doing left wheel bearings kill me. It's too small for an airport. Too small for an airport right now, Clutch, but soon. Hey, 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 hey! I! Wow. I know. You're so mad, Yark. It's okay. I opened the bloody door. You got permit for that door, drummer. Ow! Blue screen of death managed to corrupt all your save files. Rip my KSP. Oh, sorry, man. That sucks. Okay, so here's the subway station. And that's it. Now fight. Did you shave? Not yesterday. No. Oh, very nice, eh? Oh, look at this. Oh, this is perfect, dudes. It's gonna be great. Hey. Oi! Oi! You got permit for this sign, mate? That's actually really cool. The roof. Yeah, we'll let them think that for a while, Black Horse. It's fine. Yep. So it tees off the main line. That's perfect. This is great, guys. Awesome. And then the road was diverted. Oh, this is so cool. The pines. All right. All right, cool. This looks fantastic. This is awesome. This building is almost done. That looks good. There's some dirt. I'm just looking around and trying to figure out now how we want the tracks to go. Epcot 2.0? Oh, you guys really want to build that, don't we? This is just the city. We're just very little nature left. There's nature right there. There's enough. Is this world on a server? Yeah, man. Let's save Epcot for the Minecraft 1.18 update in a few months. Why? Because it had extra terrain before the war. Any factories? Well, there's the industrial sector. It's over here. It adds cool mountain ranges. Okay. I want it to be the size of the entire peninsula. Is the server updating 117? Maybe? What's going on over here? truck. Nice. Be back later, wish you luck. Yeah, you got this, man. Oh, this is so legit, dude. So, inside of the industrial area, there's, so we got bamboo farms, sugar cane, all the different spawners are in here. Slime making machine. Cool. Cactus farm. Coca beans. Melons. Yeah, Clutch. They're pretty legit. There's more in the other buildings here. Like, I don't know what that is. Sure. What are the farms made from? Is that polished stone? I'd have to go back and look, Dad Talk. Give me a moment. So, the outside of the building is gray concrete and powder. It's a mixture of gray concrete and gray concrete powder. And here we have this is the food farm. So we have wheat, and it's automatic. You can flip the switch, and this will automatically farm for you. It'll clear out all the seeds. Here, Dad Talk. I can take a look and see what we got. So that's smooth stone, dude. Yeah, smooth stone. Hellfish. Ridiculous. Yeah, no problem, dude. All good. I don't know what's in the other factories. I actually haven't, oh. I know what's in that factory. Never mind. Get out. Not bad. Huh. Oh. I don't know. Havocs, I did hear about that, yes. Yep. So that's a thing. What the hell? What? What the hell is this? What is happening in here? Yeah, I think it's an iron farm. I saw the golems, I saw a golem fall. Human farm. Soylent Green. This is pretty gnarly. Huh. Huh. Nah, it's fine. Seriously, it's okay. He probably put this up before we switched the server over. I haven't seen any lag. I don't know about you, man. What are you guys doing? What? Hey, Artsy, what's going on? What is this? I don't understand. Oh, we're in the mines. You know what's messed up? Yeah, we probably spent hours exploring the underground in this server. The messed up part is that we made it. This isn't like, oh, we found a mine shaft. No, this was all made by players. I don't know who made this. I'll be honest with you. But I think it's cool. Yeah, if anybody's wondering how we get all of our resources, there is freaking catacombs down here. Someone else has been digging subways. That's my job. People leave. Not even mad. So, what is...
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Creeper spawner. Hey, Vulcan, what's up, man? It do be many months of Vulcan. Yeah, sometimes it do be like that, dude. So why are you taking a break from Twitters, dude? It's because mom and dad are fighting? I'm pretty sure this would collapse under its own weight in real life with all the tunnels that we've dug under here. Look at the map, all right? So, oh, look, we got a nice city, right? So first of all, we built it on a swamp. Second of all, bruh. I'm pretty sure this would collapse under its own weight. Okay, so any of the curvy, if you're new to Minecraft, any of these curvy lines are caves in the game that you can explore. Any of the straight lines are players. We mined out a ton. The mines go on forever. Like, they go on a pretty significant distance in every direction. Apparently Elon and Tori Bruno are just arguing over stuff on Twitter. Yeah, that's what happened. Whatever. Yeah, they said you couldn't build a city on a swamp, but I built it anyway! It fell into the swamp. I built a second one. That fell into the swamp. I bet the third one, that burned down, fell over, then fell into the swamp. But the fourth one, lad, that stayed up. Oh, yeah, yeah, the gravel. That's right. Write your problems down. No, it just went into the harbor. Yep. No, mostly just going to be busy with a ton of non-space stuff the next few weeks. Plus, Bird app is not great for the mind in large doses. Facts. Also, started work on a new animated video for Artemis. I'll DM you the part it finished so far. Alright, cool. Yeah. The Ruhr area in Germany is this, but in real life. They have all sorts of problems because everything is undermined. Bird app. I love that everybody calls it that now. Just Bird app. Bird app. Bird app. Bird app. Bird app. Bird app. I'm telling you, man. Bird app is a zoo. Don't be part of the zoo. I'm going to start my own social media. So yeah, this is our industrial area. Here, let's come fly with me. Let's fly away to the train tracks. How many things have we thrown in the harbor thus far? T-Man. T-Man. Everything that deserves to go into the harbor goes into the harbor. I love Frank Alucard. Yeah, that's something you wouldn't know from looking at me. I like Rat Pack stuff. Frank's Blue Moon, you have me standing alone without a tear in my. Oh, wait, no, I forget the lyrics. Without a love of my own. Ba-ba-dum-ba-dum. Now that I'm thinking about singing the song, I can't sing it right. In my area where they mined anthracite, sinkholes aren't that uncommon. Every few years or so you hear about a sinkhole opening up since the mines are close to the surface. Then don't think. Yeah, that's really what it's all about, isn't it, man? I mean, Ian... yeah, anthracite. Yeah. Didn't somebody set one of those on fire by accident and then, yeah. Oops. Yeah, Centralia. Crazy. It's a crazy story. I mean, what are you supposed to do with that? Like, what do you do with that? Totally, man. You don't think about music, you feel it. Yeah, Alucard, that's something that I've noticed. Yeah, you don't... When you're playing music, and especially when you're playing music with people... So I haven't played in a band like at a live show, but I've played with my dad and his buddies. Once upon a time, I used to play the drums with my dad and his two friends from college. They used to come over, and I would play the drums for him. My dad's really good at playing the keyboard, because he played the keyboard in a band. And I play the drums. And then, the bass, then his two friends were bass and lead, and we would play all different types of songs, dude. I played all different kinds of stuff. Yeah, you gotta stop thinking about it. Don't think about it, just play. Like, it sounds so stupid, and it sounds like, well, you gotta feel the music. No, seriously. I have to keep time for the rest of the band, so I just have to... You can't focus on keeping time. If you focus on keeping time, you're not gonna keep time right. I haven't driven to Centralia, Vinius, no. Yeah, if you try to focus on keeping time, you will screw up. It's the strangest thing. Oh, Tech, you should have seen the end of the stream last night, dude. Dude, we busted this out here. Hang on. Ready? I forget how to play it, dude. I had it last night. You know what that's trying to be. Tech, you know it. I know you know it. I forget how to play it. Yeah, it's Jimmy, that's right. You got to be on my, Dude, yeah, we should learn more. My favorite, Tech. What's your favorite song? I like Hey Joe, Hey Joe, and Stone Free. Those and Fire and Manic Depression. Those are great songs, dude. Excuse me while I kiss the sky. Purple haze all around. Don't know which way is up or down. Crosstown's a great song, dude. Oh, Geek, yes, man. Dude, that's all I would be blasting, Tech. That, The Who, Led Zeppelin. Like, that's why I played with my dad's buddies. Because that's all I wanted to play. All I wanted to play is freaking Keith Moon and John Bonham and Mitch Mitchell. Train is late. Must be British, mate. Alright, we gotta dig out some new train tracks. Did you just play a song from the original Fast and Furious? I don't know. I thought we were going hard on KSP. Yeah, Doom, for the KSP segments, man. I wanted to get into some Minecraft here because I wanted to build out the train stations, but, I mean... I think Space News was freaking long enough yesterday, man. I'm gonna curtail Space News. I gotta finish that dang pad, man. We have to finish that thing. The Fast and Furious soundtrack sucked. I liked the stuff that... The score for it. The score for the Fast and Furious was good. But wait, it's got Santana in it, man. You got to change your evil ways, baby. Baby. When I come home, baby. My house is dark and my thoughts are. You hang around, baby. No, the CD they sold was only the R&B and the raps. Oh. Oh, no, TV. Oh, that's, Narega. That's called organic audio. Where Vince is playing? Yeah, he's going. That song is so good. Down, 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 down. God, that movie was so gnarly. I love that movie. I'm not even kidding. The first Fast and Furious was fantastic. All right, let's get some wool out here and dig out some train tracks. Or what else could we work on? Let's see. World Killer, do you want to handle the tracks or do you want me to do it? Can you do me a favor and place a block above where I am on the map so I can build a beacon in the right place? Yeah, sure, man. Why, mate? You got a permit for that beacon, mate? Yeah, Santana, right? Soul Sacrifice. Down, bow, bow, down, down. Bow, 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 down, down. Bow, 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 down, bow, bow, wow. And Santana was tripping, dude. Unbelievable. How do you, dude? How do you play? How do you do that? How do you play when you're tripping balls like that? That's unbelievable. Dude, one of the two. I like the. Okay, so Astro, you're technical, right? I read the signs, right? So I like the horn on the right if you're looking at them from the front, from where you put all the signs. I'm trying to figure out where you are. Potato bit. Maybe I should learn some of those licks. Oh, I went past you. Or did I? Where are you, serious potato bit? Yeah, TJ. Where are you, potato bit? You will tell me your coordinates. What's up, Chief? How you doing? Yeah, I know. I'm just gonna keep calling you Tech, dude. 8528. Okay, and 81, what is that, 81, 227? Oh, I see you. Ow! We gotta go further, dude, or else the subway station is gonna be underneath a highway. Did EJ hack Wayne Hale's Twitter to post that Hubble comment? Wayne Hale's one of my heroes, dude. But it does sound like me. I know the exact thing. I know exactly what you're talking about. No, it's almost like we had something like that that could do something about it. Oops. Hey, choo-choo train. Oh, that was just a marker. Oh, okay. Hey, John Honeycutt. That guy's cool. I like John. He's the guy that, he manages the SLS program. John, that guy's an engineer to the very end. Do you remember when... Do you guys remember the first green run test when Jim... It was the last press interview that Jim did. And, freaking... He goes... John's like, well, it's going to take a while to refurbish those engines. We don't want to break nothing. And Jim goes, if you were going to do it quickly, how would you do it? And he just looked at him like... Engineering brain went, no. He's like, it's a couple of weeks. I don't know. Yeah, see. I don't know if you remember, but I got a job at a coffee factory not too long ago. And in the fall, I managed to get an internship at a mining company. I remember the coffee factory, Clutch. I'm usually pretty good about remembering that stuff. I don't know where he said it, but I know they were talking about Hubble, right? I think it's this thread. Ah, yeah. We could easily repair Hubble if there was a low Earth orbit spacecraft that had a robotic arm to hold it, an airlock to support spacewalkers to repair it, and could hold a crew of 6 to do all the extra work. Yeah, see? I already liked that. I like that. And I'm not just getting a heart there because yeah, generally I like that comment. Yeah. Yeah. But it would be less expensive to periodically replace Hubble in its entirety than have a shuttle which can repair it. Well, shuttle was a magnificent but an economic failure. Oh. I haven't even read what Wayne said, but I know he's going to end this person's whole career. This is an argument which is frequently made specious. Note just how many Hubble Space Telescope replacements Congress has authorized in 3 decades. Friggin' destroyed! Boom! But since the shuttle existed and could repair shuttle, there was no reason to replace it. That's not how that works at... Who are you? Ooh. Yo, guy's got a picture of Fifi. Awesome. Okay. This guy's cool. Alright, cool. Nice. You guys know what Fifi is? It's one of 2 airworthy B-29s. There's only 2 of them. There's Doc, and then there's Fifi. That thing still flies, which is precursor to Wi-Fi. Yeah, yes. Absolutely. Kofifi. No. Kofifi's something different. I was just drinking some Kofifi. Does all of our hope rest in James Webb? I don't know. Guys, I think you know what? We were talking about this yesterday, where Starship will find its place in where Starship will find its place in the spaceflight economy. I think it's going to end up doing a lot of the things that the shuttle did. I'm serious. I'm actually, like, banking on that. I want it to do that. I want Starship to service Hubble. I want Starship to build new space stations. I want Starship to take down the old space stations. Showing, everybody says, oh, the shuttle has downmass capability, but that was worthless. Yeah, okay. All right, we'll see how worthless it is when Starship starts flying. I've been coming and going on and off for a while. Usually when I'm on a Kerbal kick. Thanks for the last decade of pseudo-space education. No problem. I like to call it edutainment. This isn't a formal education by any means. But you do learn a lot. You are in Tim Dodd's recommended section of his old Twitch channel. I know Tim Novacon. I've met him. It was a long time ago, and he wasn't big. He wasn't, like, super big yet. Yeah, I know who he is. He knows who I am. I'd love to collab with him on a project. I love Tim. Tim's great. Asks all the right questions, man. I want the ISS in a museum, yeah. I want it in a museum next to the space shuttle that built it. Hey, ARJ4613 sub. Even with Starship downmass capability, imagine how complicated the cradle harness would be for bringing it back. For bringing back Hubble? Oh, no. No. The shuttle, dude, the shuttle's latching system was a joke. It was easy. Really simple. Really, really simple. They had to make it really simple because the shuttle basically took in any type of payload. Jebs, has the shuttle brought some bigger things back from orbit at some point? Jeb, yeah. Oh, Jebs, you gotta come over here. You gotta come over here and check this out when the world isn't crazy. All right, hang on. So Discovery. Discovery is at the National Museum at Dulles Airport, right? It's at the Smithsonian Air and Space Museum, the Annex, the Udvar-Hazy Center, right? So Discovery's chilling there, and they have a bunch of cool stuff around, right? They have a bunch of cool stuff around it, like they have a Canadarm. That's a real one, which is pretty cool, considering that most of the shuttles were gutted. There's like a Saturn V IMU right there. See the instrumentation unit for a Saturn? Right? They have a bunch of awesome stuff in there. There's a TDRS satellite, well, it's not a real one, it's a mock-up, but it's the same size. They have all different types of rockets, all different types of cool stuff. But what people gloss over is Space Lab. Space Lab is behind it. It's literally right over here. I gotta see if we can find a picture of it. Here, let me just get into a lit area real quick. Aren't the engines fake on the shuttle? Yes and no. So, yes, they are fake, as in they're not operable, but the nozzles are real. They basically made a solid block of metal where all the turbine machinery should be, right? And then they attached a real nozzle to it. So those are real nozzles, but they're nozzles that the shuttle program didn't use anymore. They were junk. They were leftover Block 1 engines. So there was like the RS-25 baseline SSME, right? So RS-25 is what the engine was called in development, right? And then maybe it's Space Hab. I don't know. Yeah, that thing. Hang on, Jebs. I can show you. Udve. I gotta find it. Yeah, you can see it right there. In this picture of Discovery. See that thing right there? That's the Space Lab. So it's an ISS-sized module. If the shuttle wanted to go up and do some science real quick, so if the shuttle was running a science mission, they'd launch up into space, right? They'd launch it up into space, and that would stay inside of it, and the shuttle would bring it up and bring it back down. There's also the MPLMs, too. Okay, so I really wish we had a close-up picture of it, because you don't realize how big the thing actually is until you walk up next to it. That thing is about the size of a TEU. It's about the size of a shipping container. And that thing's been to space multiple times. Multiple times. Also, I need opinions. Next year I might be going to Florida, but only have time for one of the tours at KSC. Which one should you do? Do the pad tour, Sumnu. Did you see in addition to NEN and DSN, they have comm sets now, including TDRS? Cool. How many times did that Space Lab fly? I don't know. I wonder if they brought back satellites down to Earth. It's been done. There was the LDEF, the Long Duration Exposure Facility. That was launched on one of my favorite shuttle missions. The one where George Nelson went and wrangled a satellite with a jetpack. The LDEF is about the same size. So this was before the ISS, right? So on STS-41C, they basically made a lattice frame about the size of a school bus, and they put a bunch of experiments on it. And then they left it up there. They deployed it, and this thing basically operated as a satellite, powering all the different experiments, right? And then they went and wrangled it. They launched it on 41C in 1984, and they went and wrangled it on STS-32, and they brought it back.
Discovery, go and throttle up.
Yeah, they left it up there, which is really cool. Access Tier 2 64-month resub. Yeah, there's also the MPLM. That's literally what I was going to say next. But, I mean, when you sit here and you think about it, man, that thing, the Space Lab, it's the size of a truck. I mean, like, look at the size of the thing. That thing's been to space multiple times. It's ridiculous. Like, just consider where that's... Is that a witch? Uh-oh. Oh. I was gonna say, I heard the glass break. I thought Benno was... Like, that thing has been accelerated to 17,500 miles an hour multiple times. And then the LDEF has been up there, was up there for 6 years. And then the shuttle went, they wrangled it with the arm, and they brought it back. What coffee are you drinking, Dunkin' guy? Yeah, there's the Udvar Hazy Center. Yeah. So, when, like, okay, it's hard to convey the scale with this picture, dude. It's tough to convey how big that thing actually is. You have to stand next to it, and then you'd be like, okay. Like, that's the inside of it right there. It's friggin' huge. It's an ISS module. It's basically an ISS module that doesn't leave the payload bay. This is what they did before the space station was made. They would put like an ISS module inside of the shuttle's payload bay, and then just have a hatch that goes out the back of the pressure vessel right to it. In fact, during the shuttle Mir missions, the shuttle, when it was going to Mir, it brought one of these up with it. Hang on. It brought one up. Hey, Wubbo. Yeah, see? It would just ride in the payload bay. You've seen the Space Lab at the Air and Space Museum. I mean, it's gigantic. You don't realize how... You got to stand next to one. You got to stand next to one to figure out how big this thing is. The pictures do not convey scale in any way, shape, or form. That one actually is pretty good. So, the shuttle actually had... they had pallets. Like pallets that you'd load into a truck, right? They had a pallet system, or the shuttle pallet system. That's what these cradles, these U-shaped cradles are. You could literally just bolt whatever you want into it, and it's a power bus. So you put the pallet in, and the pallet is powered, so they'd plug that into one of the umbilicals in the payload bay. The shuttle's payload bay had power cords all over it. You could plug in anywhere. There's a bunch of outlets inside of the payload bay. Really frigging smart stuff. And then the latching pins would go on the outside. See that pin right there? That's how you can tell something's flown in the shuttle's payload bay. It has the pin on the side. So what they could do is they could have vacuum exposed experiments out here, and then you have the laboratory module that's controlling said experiments. It's a little mini space station. And then, like, because you're inside of the shuttle, it could just bring it all back down. Now, don't get me wrong. The Space Lab never jettisoned from the payload bay, and then the shuttle went and got it. LDEF is one of the only things they'd ever did that with. And then there's also the MPLM, the multi-purpose logistics modules, which was basically the shuttle's cargo container. You see that metal thing right there, up in the top left? That's been to space multiple times, inside of the shuttle's payload bay. Space Lab is bigger than that. It's the same diameter, but it's bigger. It's like twice the size, twice the length of that. Look at the guy standing next to it. Hey, Sneaky. What are those little arm bit things? You know what? I have no freaking idea. Here, they're labeled as 8. What's 8? Device for researching Earth's magnetic field. They're magnetometers. That's what they are. They're 2 magnetometers that reach out past the payload bay. I mean, Jebs, I just want to say how incredible... It's incredible how old the shuttle is. I would never have thought in my wildest dreams the first shuttle was built in the 80s. 70s, Bandit. Columbia and Enterprise were built in the mid-70s, dude. They kind of look like landing legs from KSP. They do. Those are magnetometers, though. So it extends the magnetometer boom out, and then it's on a pivot. So they'll basically be extended like this. They'll retract, and then they'll turn inwards. This is a really good pencil sketch of it, though. But the shuttle's pallets and the Space Lab were all modular. It was all configurable, like a Lego kit. Seriously, you could play Legos with this thing. The shuttle's payload bay system is genius. Seriously, you could do anything inside of the payload bay of the shuttle. Anything you want. You want to launch satellites? Sure, no problem. You want to put a laboratory in there? Sure, no problem. You You want to bring an ISS module up? Yep, easy. Even the airlock on the shuttle was configurable. You could take the airlock out if you didn't need it to get some payload bay mass back. You don't need the airlock. The shuttle could fly configurable with an airlock either inside of the pressure vessel or in the payload bay. They could install the airlock inside of the pressure vessel. That's what they did on the early shuttle missions. It's really, really, really frigging impressive. Oh man, now I want to play KSP. God damn it! No, we have to play. We're gonna play some Minecraft now. I love the bulldozer. That's cool. So this is the Maritime Museum. Speaking of that. After watching that documentary, I now want to race in iRacing. I know what you mean, dude. Man, I just wish we could get back to that, man. That's what I meant when I said that last night. I'm like, dude, I just wish we could get back to doing stuff like that. Like, I get it. The cars were not very safe. I understand that. But I think Pulse is right. He said this, and I agree with him. You can make them go fast and be safe at the same time. It's totally doable. The Gen 4 car is a very good example of that. Hey Jawa, what's up, dude? Havix, I think that SpaceX engineers would be smart to take Starship's payload bay for the cargo versions of Starship and literally copy the Space Shuttle's payload bay and just put it inside of Starship. Oh, tech, I'll have to check that out. Cool. Thanks, man. The city's amazing? Thanks, man. What do you think was the most unsafe racing sport? Group B is probably the most dangerous. Either that or late 80s Formula 1. Late 80s Formula 1 was... And as someone that's cavalier about risk, like, when it comes to racing, like, you know the risks involved. You're driving a car 200 miles an hour around a track. You know the risks involved damn well. And if you don't understand what you're doing here, then you probably shouldn't be racing. With that being said, late 80s Formula 1 was straight frigging dangerous. Like, that's death wish stuff. It's like spaceflight tech, yeah. John Young, man. That's what John Young said. Anybody that straps themselves on the top of the largest hydrogen and oxygen fueled rocket and, not knowing that they intend to light the bottom of it on fire doesn't understand the situation. I'm paraphrasing, but... Could the external fuel tank fit inside of a Starship? The shuttle's external tank is about the size of Starship, T-Man, so no. Yeah, Bandit, we gotta make the sport safer. I don't know, man. He's the one behind the car, so I guess his opinion matters more than mine. So... I mean, me, Bandit, I would go and race the 87 Ford and the 87 Chevy. I'd go race that Monte Carlo and that Thunderbird. Sure. I'd do it in real life. Don't get me wrong, I'd crash. Oh, I'd crash it. Yeah. No, I'm not trying to say I would do it and win. No, I would crash. Absolutely. But I'd do it. It's just like if somebody offered me a 98T Lotus. Like, if someone was going to offer me Ayrton Senna's 1986 Formula 1 car, which has, like, 1,300 horsepower, and no stability assist, nothing. It's all analog for the most part. I'd drive it. I'd crash it, but I'd drive it. Like, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I wouldn't do it. I'd probably hurt myself doing it. I'd still do it. It's like when people ask me, would you have flown on the space shuttle? Oh, hell yeah. Abso-frigging-lutely. I would not even hesitate. I get it. The shuttle has the potential to be dangerous. Whatever. Let's do this. I understand the risks involved. Group B was dangerous. They had Group B rallying literally got canceled because too many people died. Hey Ryan, what's going on? Hell yeah, so the bearings on these Mercedes are double bearings, so it sounded like the right one was bad, but the left one was shot. Oof. Well, the marketers and sponsors invest so much in the teams and drivers that it's important that they get a good return. Shuttle odds ain't that bad. Yeah, you have like a 97% chance of surviving when you fly the shuttle. That's the risk evaluation that we have with spaceflight. And don't get me wrong, that there's a reason why 97% chance of coming back is considered not safe in spaceflight, but it's all right. What's up for racing tonight? You'd have to ask Max, Ryan. I'm surprised nothing like the 55 Le Mans happened with Group B. 55 Le Mans was terrible. That's what I mean about safety, Wiser. And I used to think that safety was paramount to having a good race. It's not. You can be safe and race fast at the same time. You can absolutely do that. And anybody that says otherwise is out of their mind. What's that, Lavi? I can see it. You saw the footage of Falcon 9 land? Oh, yeah. How about when the engine lights? Did you see it? You see it's flying sideways? Isn't that crazy? Suddenly what Freedom 10 did with that flyback booster isn't so far-fetched now, is it? Yeah, TJ, I don't think anybody's proposing that. With Formula 1, don't get me wrong. I still watch it. I'll still watch it. It's fine. I'll still watch the thing. You know what? I'm going to drop off all these resources in this order. I'll still watch Formula 1, but my thing is that there's just too much regulations. The car is so ridiculously complicated at this point, or the regulations for the car is so nutso complicated, right? The car is so nutso complicated that it costs millions of dollars to field one. Why do you think you haven't seen any new teams in years in Formula 1? Meanwhile, in NASCAR, they have new teams popping up all the time. And in IndyCar as well. They have new teams popping up all the time. You know, there's a good reason for that. Because NASCAR knows to keep the costs low. Because that keeps the sport fun. I'm going to hold on to that scaffolding. I mean, that's where my beef is with Formula 1. But see, that's at odds with the kind of the nature of the sport, though, and I understand that. It's at odds with the nature of the sport because the nature of the sport, Formula 1, is all about innovation. It's all about the next crazy thing. I think that's where NASCAR, the politics of F1, yeah, I think that's where NASCAR really, really, really excels. NASCAR is like, look, deal with it, you know? I mean, not so much recently. That's why I liked old NASCAR. It was really like, it was some real good old boy stuff. Like, look, you don't like what happened? Fine, do better next time. Did you see Tori's response to Elon? Yeah, Arcsign. Once again, dude, I agree with what Elon says, and I agree with what Tori Bruno says. It's strange for me because I think Tori Bruno is 100% right. Competition is going to fuel the innovation. He's 100% correct. The reason why SpaceX even exists is because Elon Musk thought he could do it better than everybody else. And you know what? He has. Where's your rockets that land? They don't land. But at the same time, I also agree with Elon Musk in regards to we need to go reusable. Spaceflight needs to go reusable if we really want to take it seriously. He's absolutely 100% correct, I think, in saying that, you know, expendable rockets are about as dumb as an expendable airplane. I agree. I wholeheartedly agree. The only reason why we're in the slump with expendable rockets right now is because you know, we didn't make the push to go full reusable. And that's why rockets are expensive. There was a time where airplanes were super expensive and only really for the rich. That was in the 30s, the 20s and the 30s. And then, you know, we got over the hump with airplanes from defense spending in the US. You know, making a bomber that can fly further and higher and faster, right? But that technology found its way into jet airliners. Boeing used their bomber tech that they learned from the B-52 to make the 707, obviously. So, you know, fortunately this time around, it's not defense spending that's getting us kind of over that hump, so to speak. Elon's doing it with his own money, and I really, really appreciate that he is. And I freaking love the guy for it. Do you think it's ironic that Elon actually says expendable airplanes being a thing? It was a little bit of hyperbole on his part, Bandit. It's important to understand context to what he's saying. Yeah, any industry, guys. Like, okay, you want to hear something messed up? And this is more of a personal theory about this, I guess, than anything. It's more of a personal theory. Like, there's industries, right, where it'll get to a threshold, right, where it just becomes part of civilization, I guess. This happened with trains. It happened with cars. It happened with airplanes. It happened with steamships. The second some type of transportation technology gets enough money put into it, it'll just become the norm. Just like the second, you know, a phone that's also a computer at the same time, the second that somebody made that financially viable by investing a lot of money in it, then they became the norm. You know what I mean? Does everybody need a smartphone? No. I don't need one. I could be fine with a Razer V3. I don't need this. It's cool. But I have one because it wasn't expensive to get. Right? And that comes at the behest of, you know, a billionaire or whomever or an entrepreneur or whatever. At the behest. I don't think that's the right way to say that. That comes from somebody investing a ton of money. Steve Jobs believed in the smartphone, and he used Apple's resources to really get that technology kind of over this hump. Tesla's the same way. Tesla's the same exact thing. Elon Musk knew that the only way to really make electric cars viable is to mass produce the frick out of them. And that's exactly what he's doing. And now I see Teslas everywhere in Boston. They're all over the place. No, I mean like he watches the stream. Oh. I don't know. Did I ever say expendable air? Holy crap, I did say Bandit, what the hell? Yeah, the other day we had a conversation about how what Starship's supposed to be, and I said Starship being expendable is as dumb as a 747 with no landing gear being expendable. That's strange. What the hell? That was like, he said that thing to Tori Bruno like right after we had that conversation. See? That's just another strange coincidence, dude. Like, how is that? He doesn't watch the damn stream, all right? He doesn't, all right? I get it. Memes. Oh, Elon's watching. Hi, Elon. No. And then came Spirit Airlines. What's with that? It's Lowbuck. By the way, did you hear about the 737? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did. There's a 737 that ditched and the Coast Guard rescued the pilots, which is pretty rad.
Discovery, go and throttle up.
If I got the proper permits and such, I found a decent location. Would I be allowed to build an underwater base? Where are we talking here? And Arwood. Hi, Elon. No idea right now, just wondering. I'm not sure how an underwater base, dude. It would have to be remote. I'll think about it. This is where Elon tweets a shuttle picture at you. Preparing Hubble is such an amazing feat if it works. Any news on that? Well, okay, so health points, there's good news and there's bad news. The good news is that Hubble's guidance systems are intact. It's not like they're going to lose control of the satellite or anything is going to malfunction. That's not what's going to happen. They're not going to lose... You know what? I want to build a building here. I'm going to build a building here, I think. They're not going to lose control of Hubble. They're not going to lose connection to it or anything. It's fine. The Hubble has gyroscopes, and it's in a resonant orbit that won't decay. It's fine, as long as the guidance systems stay okay. And the guidance systems are 100% healthy. You know why the guidance systems are 100% healthy? Because they're based on spy satellite guidance systems. And spy satellites don't malfunction. There's a reason why the shuttle's payload bay is so damn big and why those satellites need to be so damn big is because they built that stuff to last. The Hubble is not a spy satellite. It is derived from one, though. So all of its avionics and gyroscopes and everything are probably derived from a keyhole satellite, which is, you know, the satellites in the movies that like zoom in on a piece of paper. Yeah, that's what that is. That's why Hubble can stare so far into the universe, right? They didn't grind the damn lens right because they weren't used to making a nearsighted or far-sighted satellite. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hubble's nearsighted, right? Yeah. Okay. So anyway, those systems probably aren't going to break. It's the scientific systems that are going wrong. So the systems that are connected to all the science experiments that are on Hubble, right? So the science instrumentation package is broken. It's basically kaput. It's junk. They can fix that if we could send something up there, but so that's the bad news. Like the science equipment is junk, so you're not going to get much science from it. However, the guidance systems are just fine. The guidance systems work just fine. Everything is totally operational in there. Like the Hubble in terms of being in a stable orbit is fine. And that's a good thing because that means, okay, so if the scientific experiments malfunction, I mean, if the guidance system is just fine and the science experiments malfunction, so what? Just leave it there. Go and get it later when we have a spacecraft that can go to it, like Starship or Dream Chaser or any capsule or whatever. Yeah, Red 8, right? Isn't the computer on it like 50 years old, or did they change it back in 2009? No, the guidance computers are the same. The guidance computers are old. They're not 50 years old, Maka, but they are, once again. All right, Hubble. Hubble is that thing right there. So it's a telescope. It's a visible spectrum telescope, okay? This thing is derived from a keyhole satellite. I think the KH-10 is what it's derived from. No, KH-11, the keyhole 11. So, notice something? That's a KH-9. You notice something about that? So the Hubble is a modified spy satellite. That's what it is. The keyhole satellites wouldn't have this whole back piece attached to it. The keyhole satellites just have this. And then they could have a transfer stage or something attached to the back. The shuttle's payload bay is literally designed to launch this thing into space. That's what it's there for. And these satellites can image... They're pretty damn good. They can image some stuff pretty well, right? So... And there you go. That's how they work right there. There's the... Yeah, of course it's potato. But it's basically just a big telescope, right? So, because Hubble is derived from the keyhole satellites are old. Like, look. The KH-11 is a keyhole as a type of reconnaissance satellites first launched by the NRO in December 1976. So, Hubble is derived from a KH-11. Like, it's definitely derived from it. And then, yeah, see. It looks like the Air Force, instead of Hubble with its experiments package, the Air Force probably puts these, it looks like, from what I can tell here, where the Hubble service module is basically attached to the back where they can do maintenance on it. It looks like, if this concept is right, that they have some kind of thruster system on board. They have a propulsion service propulsion module on these. That's most likely so they can change the sun synchronous orbit, so they can spy on different things, basically. You can change the sun synchronous orbit, and you can use partial orbital decay to have your orbit precess and put it in different orbits if you know what you're doing. That's something you can't really replicate in Kerbal. They could literally change not the inclination, but you can, this thing basically can do the equivalent of a radial outburn, which is pretty cool. It's not geosynchronous. They're in sun synchronous, SSO. A sun synchronous orbit, we should get back to playing Minecraft though. A sun synchronous orbit is a type of orbit that uses solar gravitational perturbations and the Earth spinning at the same time to image the same spot at the same time every day. So it's an orbit. So, okay, say it's, 2017 and Iran is going to launch their missile. A sun synchronous orbit over their launch site would mean that the spy satellite is basically passing across that same spot every day at 8 a.m. when the sun comes up. Yeah, sun synchronous orbits are really cool, but they're only really useful for reconnaissance satellites or spy satellites. They really don't have any other purpose than that. I mean, you could do some sun synchronous orbits for like science if you need daylight for your science experiment in space, right? But yeah, I mean, actually they do have other uses now that I'm really thinking about it. But most sun synchronous orbits are spy satellites. If I had unrestricted access to 10 pictures of my choice, the STS-1 pictures from the KH-11 would 100% be in that. Oh yeah, yeah. The Department of Defense was involved with STS-1, guys. Yeah, they imaged the shuttle, just like they imaged the GPS right before Falcon 9 deployed it when we watched the GPS launch the other day. Oh yeah, they imaged it from Goldstone. Yeah. And they point the spy satellites at the shuttle. Yes, it can see it. Yes, it could tell if the tiles fell off. How do you think they knew? How do you think they knew that STS-1 would come back down? They pointed a spy satellite at the shuttle and imaged it to make sure that the thermal protection system was all right. Yeah, they used one of these bad boys. And don't get me wrong, this thing is... Look at what this thing can see. All right, this is a picture that the last president tweeted about, Iran's launch failure when they failed to launch. He tweeted this picture, and you really want to know? This picture has a grain filter over it. You can tell from the glare. This has a grain filter over it, and the reason why it has a grain filter over it is to hide the clarity of the satellite. I bet you they could read the license plate off that truck. Actually, not I bet you. I know they can read the license plate off that truck. Spy satellites are an insane piece of tech. So yeah, once again, because Hubble is based off of a KH-11, I mean, that picture is from a KH-11, guys. Or it could be a KH-12 nowadays. I don't know for sure. I don't follow spy satellites too well, but I do know about Hubble because it's a spy satellite. It's not a spy satellite. It's a modified one. They hot rodded it. Yeah, Maka, dude, and this is not something that just we have. The Russians can do this. The Chinese can do this. The Europeans can do this. The Japanese can do this. Any spacefaring nation that has satellites up there. Oh yeah. The Germans, the French, British. Oh yeah, everybody has stuff like this. Oh yeah, crazy. It's just a telescope, right? But you don't want to let people know what you can see, but everybody knows. Like, once again, look, they put a filter over this. You could tell because of the glare right there. Why is the glare shining off the damaged gantry and also the ground where it leaked kerosene everywhere? That's all unburnt kerosene. Or burnt. Could be burnt. I I didn't show this picture at the time because the president tweeted it, so I just didn't really want the crap storm that came with that. But yeah, there you go. It's a photo of a photo. And oh yeah, I think so. I think, but once again, look, it's been doctored. It looks like someone took a picture of a monitor with their phone and then... Actually, this looks like a compressed picture that was in a PowerPoint, and then it went through the sensors. And then then it was posted. It's, I mean... Like I said, you can definitely tell that this picture it has like a Gaussian filter over it. I mean, and there's also the flash from when guy took a picture of it with his camera. I can't see why they couldn't use a spy satellite to inspect Columbia. They did, T-Man. And they used the Space Control Squadron telescope to image it on the ground as well during re-entry. So, like, once again, this has been like, there's a filter over this, and then somebody took a picture of it with their phone on a TV screen, and then that went through the press. That went through the sensors, and not sensors like you're sensing something, like the sensors like the people that redact stuff, like censorship. And you could tell, like, I know a little bit about image quality and stuff. I worked in a print shop for a number of years, like, where people would ask, hey, can I blow this 400 by 400 pixel picture up to on a 12 by 12 foot banner? No, you can't. No, you cannot. And then I learned about picture resolution and texture resolution at school, when you're texturing assets and stuff. Yeah, I'll bet you the satellite could read the license plate if it was at the right angle. Sure, why not? Dude, there's no way. In fact, I'd be surprised if it couldn't. Like, I don't know. There's nothing I know that you guys don't know. Like, but I mean, if you just look at some of the images that they have, that they took, and this was in the 80s right here. This is in the 80s. I'm pretty sure this was a KH-10 that took this picture. That's Nikolaev South. That's the Kuznetsov. That's the Russians' aircraft carrier when it was being built. Yeah, exactly, Ando. Probably has a scale resolution at the top left. The guy took a photo unskillfully because he used the flash, and then, hey. And you could say, oh, you're boomers. What do you want? Took a picture of a picture with their phone with the flash on. That's boomer tier all day, which math checks out. What would be the resolution of a spy satellite camera? Don't know. I don't know, Ninja. I have no idea. I don't want to know. Because if I knew that information, there'd be people at my house. I don't want to know that information, and I purposely don't even bother trying to figure that one out. I know, like, once again, I bet you they could read plates off cars. Like, once again, I'd be surprised if they couldn't. KH-12 apparently has a 2-centimeter resolution. Ian, it's an amazing piece of kit. It kind of sucks that they use it for that, but hey, we got Hubble out of it, so that's good. Looks like a successful sortie there, Savage. Look back at my college career site, and it turns out the NRO reached out to you. I mean, it's cool stuff if you're into that thing. If you're into that kind of stuff. Alright, where am I? Where am I in the city? Oh, okay, cool. EJ, can I build a factory building right here? Where are you, Brem? What type of building do you want to build? Here, I'll head that way. Yeah, Havix. Never underestimate the government tech. Oh, when it comes to defense, no, absolutely not. What ending did you end up getting on Cyberpunk? I never finished it, Health Points, to be honest with you. Yeah, Sneaky. The subway came along real good, like a brick factory. Do you have any particular reference, Bram, that I could see? The answer is yes, for what it's worth, dude. But I'm just curious. Yeah, Tessa, it's pretty insane. What was that you're holding? The red thing. A rocket. You come in? Your camera is blurry. It probably autofocused. I spilled soy sauce on your mouse pad. Ugh. Rip pick. Give me a second to find some. Alright. You ever check out that song I sent you a couple days ago? I listened to it, demo, but I listened to it when I was like half asleep. So it didn't stick in my stupid caveman brain, but I did listen to it. Most of the videos that when I say, hey, I'll check that after the stream, I don't just like X out of the window. I usually spend like an hour after the stream checking out links that people have sent me. It smells nice? Yeah, but soy sauce gets really sticky. Once I'm done with my boats, I want to build a Tesla Gigafactory. Oh. I gotta find a bed. Bed? Bed? What kind of house doesn't have a bed in it? God, what's wrong with you people? Caveman brain, you got an update without telling us. Ah, look at you. All right. A vacant house doesn't have a bed. Is that a vacant house, NG? Yeah, I had some people leave the server because they had other stuff to do, which kind of sucks. Lego Lewis is not one of those people. I just haven't seen Lewis in a little while. But once again, guys, like I know I say like, you know, I don't want this project to be like, oh, come in here and build your house and then never play on it again. I understand that people won't be here all the time. That's fine. Like, I'm not like, oh my god, wow, that's so stupid that you're not here 24/7 at my beck and call. Don't worry about it. Yeah, Drool, I don't think we should build up the Gigafactory just yet. Like, I'll be honest, if I'm gonna have to choose anything that's gonna irk me, it's like an unfinished house. It brings down the property value, man. Like, I don't even know whose house this is. There's no signs or nothing. How dare you not mine mountains all day, every day? Yeah, right? It is cool to come and see people's work, though. I really, it's awesome to see. Well, I would finish my building if we had any andesite. How much andesite do you need, Sneaky? Drummer, welcome back. Could we mine lithium with melons? Yes. Okay, let me go take a look. There should be andesite there. Yeah, that looks right. We need andesite for the roads. Don't use it all. Wait, what?
Yo,
Hello?
it's Friday. Do you want anything special for dinner?
What do you want, babe?
I don't know. I was thinking maybe the Italian place down the street, but...
Do it.
Yeah?
Yeah, go ahead.
What do you want?
Calzone.
Well, I'm not hungry yet, but we can figure it out. Maybe when you take a break, I'll order?
So you want food, but you're not hungry.
Fair point. I'm just trying to plan, man.
Okay, we'll figure it out.
Alright.
Have curry, best Friday food. I don't think Brimo eats curry. What?
I've never had it, but I don't really like spicy food.
Well, there's non-spicy curry. There's like Japanese curry, which is just a really nice way of saying gravy. Like, I had Japanese curry in Japan, Bree, and they're like, oh, yes, cheeseburger curry. And I'm like, oh, God, that sounds just horrible. And then I had it, and it's basically just a cheeseburger sitting in a big bowl of gravy. It's really good, actually. Yep.
Interesting. Well, tell me a curry place and maybe.
I don't think there's any around here that has Japanese curry. Nah, Hellfish, I'm good.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Basically, Bandit, yeah. Do you eat sushi? Not a big sushi guy. I've had sushi before. Jim, I don't like fish, and I don't know how that happened because New England. I'm not really a fish guy. I don't... Like, I'll eat fish. You know, I've tried it. Dude, I've tried all kinds of stuff in Japan. Stuff that I'm not proud of admitting that I ate. Alright, Sneaky, let's go find some andesite for you. And, like, I just don't really go and seek fish. It's just... Hey, Tron, 56-month resub. Greetings from the other side of the country. Finally moved in. Nice stash. Thanks, man. Yeah, exactly, Sneaky. It's just gravy. We should have andesite in the quarry. Got it. Tiki masala is very mild. Yeah, Like these kind of buildings. Alright, give me a second. It's not that I don't like fish. I just don't go seeking them out. I'd rather have a cheeseburger. Yeah, Bram, that's fine. Yeah, do it. Calamari? I'm not. I don't do squid, dude. Okay, let's go to the mine. Yeah, let's go to the mine. Put that in there. I'm just gonna clean out my inventory because we're gonna need a lot of it. I gotta get some shelter boxes too. Yeah, we'll go check out the leveling site here. Have you ever tried real Japanese ramen? I've had Japanese ramen in Japan, Bandit. Yeah, it's good, dude. Yeah, real Japanese ramen is good, man. I mean... Yeah, you can tell when it's homemade. I want to build the Tower of Barad-dûr from Lord of the Rings. Not in the city, though. Penta, can we keep it to real-life buildings, dude, if that's not too much of a bother? Hey, Wenwu. Hope you're well. I haven't been around for a while. Do you still play the game with mining and factory production on a different planet? Satisfactory? I haven't played it in a little while, but yeah, I'm not gonna not play it. So is your SSDO done yet? Eukerman, the SSDO is done. It's the pad. I made some good progress on it last night. You'll see it in a little bit. Alright, hold on. I just got a message. Yeah, Bram, you can do that. And you can build, you can have this entire lot. Like, if you wanted to build, like, a loading dock and stuff in a parking lot, do it. Hey, Newton, what's going on? Do we need, Do we need to plan for support for development away from the city? I made a little baby farm to help provide food, but happy to take steer on that if it should concentrate on something else. Well, we have farms, Iron. There's a huge automated farm inside of the industrial buildings. I probably should mention that to people. We have farms we have an iron farm in here. There's pumpkin farms, melon farms, cactus farms, bamboo farms, sugarcane, slimes. Whatever you need is usually in the small industrial area right there. Exclamation point MC, Arcaven is. Yeah, you're more than welcome to join. You just gotta whitelist yourself with the server, that's all. What was I talking about? How about venison? Deer is okay, T-Man. Tastiest fish you ever had in your life is a whale. Yeah, I have a very vanilla American palate when it comes to food. I like burgers, fries, barbecue, stuff like that. I don't know why. I don't hate seafood. I just don't really seek it out. I don't know. Alright, Wiser, you said there's a ton out at the mines. We should probably go check that out. Can we get it to stop freaking raining? I hate rain. Do you like salmon? Salmon's tasty, yeah. Don't get me wrong, I'd prefer a burger over salmon. But if salmon's on the menu, I'll eat it. How dare you be an American in America? Yeah. And, yeah, no, I'm not one of those, people that's like, oh, I hate fish, and, I hate this food, and then has never tried it. You know what I mean? I've tried it. I ate sea urchin in Japan and fish eggs. Sushi, all kinds of stuff. Octopus, it was gross. They did it, the Japanese guys that were there did it because they thought it was funny. And, yeah, it probably was. But, yeah, no, no, thank you. How about oysters? Yeah, they're alright. My dad's a big seafood guy, Jim. Not me, though. What is the best thing Brimo cooks? Brimo makes, Brimo is really good at baking. She makes really good, brownies and cookies and stuff. Yeah, Draco, I'm the same way. I never have a craving for seafood, ever. Just... You can eat caviar. Ugh. Tastiest fish you ever had was whale fillet. Oh, jeez. Anyway, Iron Spark, we have farms, dude. So if you wanted to, build a building or something, or if that's not your thing, if you want to, mine and stuff, you can come out here, level out these mountains. Seriously, this mountain biome is annoying. It shouldn't be here. Cobble. I mean, we have tons of cobblestone. Lots of coal. You're very American. I like that. That noise over and over again is kind of getting annoying. There's seriously no andesite out here? Or did you grab it all? Jeez, this is a lot of resources. For the road from the road roundabout out to the east, is there a plan to level those hills? Which ones? Wanted to provide more than you take from the community. Oh, Iron, don't worry about that, dude. It's a Minecraft server. I appreciate it, but you don't need to do that. I mean, like, if you wanted to come in and build a building here, sure. Just, yeah, find a building in a city, in the city that you live in that's under 15 stories that you think will fit on one of these lots, and then just build it. Or just tell me, just be like, hey, I want to build this building here. That's fine. Louder! But, I mean, Iron, don't get me wrong. If you just want to mine stuff or whatever, or just want to keep tending to your farm or something, that's fine. But just like in real life, the city's going to keep expanding. Don't be shocked Pikachu face when the city's at your front door someday. Like, that's pretty much it. You know? What's that, Louiso? Jeez, I don't even know what that is. We could check out the other mining site. Who did this? Who did that? Ugh. Look how somebody actually took the trouble to move the blue dock crane. Tessa, we wanted to build a road there, so I actually had World Killer, excuse me, he's the one that's working on the thing. I had him move it into the Maritime Museum. There it is. So it's there with a, I think that's a, I think it's a U-boat. South of the cargo terminal, we dug through the hills. We dug through the hills, but was the plan to level these hills? Well, Animal's Tree Farm is out here, if I'm remembering correctly. You can level anything over here. Anything on the north side of this road, yeah, take it out. Just make it look nice. Like what Canadian was doing with the terrain over here. See that? I'm not sure about here. This part right here, you can level. From this lake, so from here down, from this lake this way, you can dump that. Don't touch Animal's Tree Farm though. That's where we have, it literally is a tree farm for wood for the city. Yeah, don't touch this area right here. But if you're going to level this area right here, boring, make sure you make a smooth transition on the hill. Don't just cut like that. You know what I mean? Super heavy moves tomorrow. Wait. What does that mean, RJ? Super heavy moves tomorrow. Didn't they move it yesterday? Which would mean that they would move it today? I'm confused. Or is that another, is that booster 4? I'm confused. It's a great picture nonetheless. It's just an old tweet. Yeah, I thought they moved it already. That was from yesterday in the AM. Okay, cool. Yeah, alright, cool. We have the train tunnel, so probably wouldn't want to level that area, but between the road and the cargo terminal makes sense. Yeah, built all this out, make it a smooth transition, and put the road up on a hill, and make a smooth transition down, kind of like this. Yeah, Chris, that makes sense. And yeah, the city is growing pretty well. Anyway. Oh, hello. walls. Oh, I'll take the gravel. And there's some andesite. Oh. Oh, that's what we're doing. While we're here. I'm confused. Do you want that? Are we communicating telepathically? And okay. Oh, alright. Well, that's good to know. So that wasn't weird. You can visit the map site if you want. What do you mean, the map site? What are you doing over here? What is this? Qu'est-ce que c'est ça? 55. Thank you. For your sign? Oh, wait. Is this a road sign that you're trying to... I'm confused. Whoa. Wait, what is this? Who put... Oh, sick. That's cool. Somebody put a short track in there. It's the phone number. Oh, I know what you're doing, Geeson. Right on. Yeah, it almost is the Freedom Factory. That's cool. No bank turns, though. Dude, you could do ice boat racing on that. That'd be... It's actually kind of cool. Alright, where am I? I'm down here. Let me check the other... I need to check the other part of the... Oh, it's getting dark. Okay, back to the city. Wrong way. Race immediately? No. We gotta keep building. Gonna take a heck of a bridge to get over there? I don't think so, dude. We have... It connects to it on land. Wow, you guys have a lot of this area mapped out, huh? Heck of a highway, then. Well, that's what that is right there. Don't build a 2-scale racetrack just yet, Tessa. But yeah, it would be cool. And also Suzuka. Creeper. And thought there was a bed in here. Oh man. Oh, I see what you're doing, Geeson. Right on. Yeah, that's cool, man. Oh. Oh. Man, why is it always the last second when this happens?
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Hey, Tourniquet, 35-month resub. No, it's not, Tessa. Alright, let's go back over here. So, Sneaky, did you get your andesite? Thanks for the 35 tourniquet. I appreciate it. Not that I know of. Okay. Hi, Newton. There should be some in storage. Ian said he got some. All right, let's go check it out. Check it out. Peck, 15. Thanks, man. Didn't find much. All right, we got to get this boy some andesite. I'm gonna go back out to the mines. Wish I had an airspeed indicator. That would be a lot, make the Elytra flights a lot more efficient. F3? Is there a speed indicator here or just the coordinates? It's SN20, RJ. Ooh. A lot of stone, a lot of dirt, cobble. I know we could take the cobble, but we already have a lot of cobble in storage, so I'm going to hold out and see if there's any andesite around. Is this full? Oh my goodness. That's a lot. Here, well, there's some right here, but that's already been leveled. Use the sync rate to judge your glide efficiency. Oh, yeah, we could mine this. Hold on. Because beacons. It'd take me like 2 seconds to mine this up. I almost have a full stack. I had a full stack in like 2 seconds. I'm gonna get some smooth stone out of those barrels to go and to fill in the holes. Cool. So I'm mining out some andesite for the city, guys, right now. I'll be on resource collection duty today. If you had to guess the first payload on a Starship vehicle, what would it say? What would you think it would be? Oh, I don't know. Hey, Megas. Drummer. I don't think we need to move the iron farm, Drummer. Do you? I haven't seen any lag at all. I don't think we should. EJ, I have a few minutes. You said you wanted andesite. How much? How much do you got? I mean, it could be a Tesla semi. That would be kind of funny.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Creeper, 25 more. Thanks, man. It was always the plan to build entity farms outside of the shipyard. Just ask any one of the OGs. Well, I mean, I told them to make it there, dude. I don't want to waste people's time by saying, oh no, I said build it here, but what I actually meant is this, dude. If it's not impacting performance, just leave it inside of the industrial buildings. Ooh, gravel. Gravel! Oh, give me all the gravel. I love gravel, because you can use it to make concrete. My favorite building material. I heard you, I have the stream up. I can afford to give you roughly 20 stacks. I'll take it, Megas. You want to trade it for anything, or is this a mysterious benefactor thing? No trade necessary. My mother? Okay. I mean, it would be cool to have Starship go up with a Cybertruck inside of it and then bring it back down. That would be really freaking cool. But honestly, if it was me, guys, I would want flight instrumentation on the first Starship flight. I would want a lot of instrumentation. Get as much data from that flight as you can. Just like what they did with STS-1. You know, because remember, you're getting it back. You're getting that back. How often do you have the opportunity of getting a second stage back? Right? Oh. Thanks, man. So, just off the top of my head, if it was me, I wouldn't put any meme payloads in there. But, I mean, then again, that hasn't stopped SpaceX in the past. I'm not sure it'll be something like the Roadster. You know, on the Falcon Heavy second stage, but would the Tesla Semi fit in a Cybertruck? You could fit like 4 or 5 of them in there, man. It's 1,000 cubic meters of payload bay volume, which is ridiculous. That's nuts by any. There's nothing that even comes close. SLS's Block 1B fairings come close to that, actually. But that's expendable. Starship has 1,000 cubic meters of usable payload volume in a reusable vehicle, meaning up mass and, you know, provided you have fuel, down mass as well. What's with the sand, Newton? I told them to level this surface, so I have to kind of adhere to my own thing. Shulker box loaded. Where do you want me to drop it off? At the sorter? Megas, give it to Sneaky. So, Megas, right? See Sneaky right there? Just drop the shulkers there if you could. I gotta go, but I found a ton of andesite and gravel. Tossed it into the sorter. Okay. Thank you, Megas. I appreciate it, man. don't really like putting cobblestone down, but it's alright. Yeah, Wiser, I know. I know what you mean. Newton, do you, what are you up to? Do you need something to do? If you're just watching, I get it. I'm just wondering. Is this server for Java only? Yeah, Joey. Just watching? Got it. No problem. Just wondering. How's your, just side note, and no, I'm not saying go work on it. I'm just wondering, how's your, how's the building coming? You're gonna get the floors in there, right? And like, once again, I'm not saying, like, you need to do that now. I'm just curious. Space. Good? Cool. Do you think you would ever send a starship out into solar just to test the long duration on orbit? No, I would send it to cislunar space. Send it to the gateway. That's what gateway is for, RJ. Out at the moon is... Yeah. Deep space is just generally referred to anything that's outside of the Earth's Van Allen belts, right? So, if you're outside the Van Halen belts, yeah, the moon is there, so that if you wanted to test long duration, that's where I would do it. That's the reason why we're making Gateway. That's why NASA wants to make it. Because that's a good spot to test long duration. And also the moon is right there. That has a lot to do with it. It's like you'd be kind of dumb not to do that, not to send somebody on like a Martian transfer window and not test long duration facilities. In fact, that's what Artemis 1 is going to do with the Orion. It's going to test Orion's onboard systems to be able to see to make sure that it can stay out there like with nobody on it for long periods of time. It's basically going to test that it can stay up there. There you go, Newton. Attaboy. I mean, isn't keeping it at the gateway a risk? Risk to what? Why does it have... I mean, it doesn't have to be at the gateway. It doesn't have to be at the gateway, dude. It can, it can be anywhere. There's plenty of different places to throw stuff out. Dude, you could throw a starship out. How about this? Like, you could throw a starship out to Earth Moon L2. EML2 on the far side of the moon. I'm pretty sure that's where James Webb is going to end up. There's plenty of andesite out here. I mean, it could be docked and just leave the hatch closed. On a plot, am I allowed to make a smaller building but have more of them? I was thinking of asking for the plot next to the railway and have a small shopping area amenity here. Yeah, sure, that's fine. Chuck, what do you want? We want to build a strip mall right here? Where James Webb will end up, sure. In what decade? Oh, I didn't say when, Tessa. I just said that's where it'll end up. You're on the map, right? What do you got? Do it. Yeah, Chuck, that's fine. We gotta find a way to get all these resources back to the sorter. Chuck, whatever you do, don't build anything taller than Benno's building. I don't think you will. I just have to say it just for the sake of saying it. Dude, check this out. Someone say white concrete? Yeah. Oh, that's cool, Bandit. Neat. Someone tell Sneaky that I put the andesite in the double chest next to here. Got it. How's the city going? Good, Jackery. Yeah, it's coming along, Spoon. That's for sure. Absolutely. Spoon, have you worked on your vehicle yet? Or was that this weekend? Or are you working on it now? Alright. That's fine. That's this weekend doing cam and heads on your truck. Oh, okay. You got new push rods? Alright, I'm gonna head back. And Megas, thank you. Thank you for your patronage. No, seriously, man, thank you. Spoon, you could just do warp spawn. I don't like doing that, Newton. I fly around. I don't like using the warp commands. I think that's lame. Yep, doing all the rods, new shebang, rebuilding the transmission too. It's never been cracked open after 250K. Are the heads in the... Are you putting better heads on it, Spoon? What are you putting on? And what kind of camera are you putting in it? How long could Starship last with humans on it with its life support system? I don't know. T-Man, we haven't seen anything about Starship Ekless, so I have no idea. I mean, I would say at the bare minimum, the environmental control systems need to be able to last. Well, ooh. I mean, it's gonna need to survive a transfer window trip to Mars, so that's 3-4 months, depending on when you launch, right? Man, that's gonna be heavy, carrying around all that stuff, all the water that you need. Yikes. Yeah, it's gonna need to last a long time, dude. I hear a skeleton. You're doing a Texas Speed cam and head package. It's just a stage 2 truck cam. Oh, okay. Cool. Almost didn't make it. Not going for crazy power, just a simple, yep. Yeah, I think, I gotta do that with the Coronet, man. And, I mean, the truck could do with a good GT40 head swap. I have all this here for making concrete. We need to do that to make the damn roads. How's the hand after the brake drum? It's fine, dude. It doesn't even hurt. I've gotten my fingers crushed in way more than that, dude. I've had like my fingernail cracked in half and stuff, dude. When you work on a loading dock, sometimes that happens. You gotta let the V8 breathe, my man. Alright. Cool. Hey, Snake. What's going on, man? Snake, why are you weeping out on Twitter? Why are you posting a picture of Falcon Chan on Twitter? What's that about? It's better off than I thought it was. Yeah, Geezer, it doesn't look as bad as it did now. It's not bad. It's nothing. It hurt for like 5 seconds when I did it, and I was like, ah! All right, back to work. You know, like. I should really port the heads on your 7.3, but machining cast iron is hard. Carbide bit. That wasn't me, you just commented on it? Oh, I was gonna say. Good, no. Is there any sort of mining excavation areas I do not see one listed on the map to collect materials from? Chuck, alright, so first and foremost, check the community storage. You want to know how to get there? If you get lost, around City Hall right here, just go downstairs in City Hall. Literally a subway line that'll take you right to it. That's what Sirius is working on. Your boy can't draw for crap. I was going to say, yeah, no, I know what you mean. Check the community storage. If not, to the southeast, we can find what you need. Let me take you out the back. You find what you need. I mean, there are mine shafts down underneath the city, too. The entrance is right there. That's the entrance to the mines that we ended up making, if you wanted to. Go there. But, yeah. I have so far murdered 12,000 Endermen. Well, that's good to know. That building's looking good, me man. Everything is coming along swimmingly here. Oh, Tessa, you're talking about carbs. That remind me. I watched Destin's video about carburetors. And don't get me wrong, I knew what carburetors did already, but it still is cool to see. The attention to detail on this map is wild. Yeah, Spoon, it's coming along. The carbs both slowly overflow if I leave the fuel tap open, so I'm reasonably confident that it's just junk in the carbs. Your needle and seat is broken, Tessa. The old sponge air filter kind of dissolved and got stuck. Yeah, it's your float. The float bowl and the needle and seat is not working correctly. If the carburetor can't meter fuel by itself, yeah, just take it apart and replace the float, replace the needle, clean it out. It'll fix it. Did you see some of the RTLS pictures? Let me see. It's pretty cool, man. I still mine 64,000 stone. I was really hoping to not strip the carburetors. Have to strip the carburetors. Never done that before. Just take the floats off. Tessa, seriously, what kind of carburetor is it? Oh. This is where Das and I watched Falcon Heavy from. Great pictures, dude. Hey, alright. Okay, so does the RL-10 have a carburetor too? It was a fuel venturi that has to be choked during startup, section 2.6. I don't know, Phil. Let's learn something. Small motorcycle ones. Yeah, no, Tessa, what bike are they off? Find a picture of one for me. Find a picture of one for me, dude. Motorcycle carburetors are not, dude, they're not complicated. They're very, 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 very simple. It should be really easy to do. Thanks, Van. Yeah, Jetty Park is pretty dope. Oh, you watched it from Jetty Park. Okay, no, not NASA Causeway. Okay, so you were further south. Specifically, the last paragraph of section 2.6. 2.2, 2.5, 2.6. The RL-10A33A includes 7 engine valves, shown as figure 2.1 and described in table 2. The propellant flows to the engine can be shut off using the fuel inlet valve, the FINV, and the oxidizer inlet valve, the OINV. The fuel flow into the combustion chamber from the rest of the engine can be stopped by the fuel shutoff valve, located just upstream of the injector plenum. Fuel used to pre-chill the turbopumps before the engine is vented overboard through the valves FCV1 and FCV2, and the thrust control valve, TCV, is used Yeah, Tessa, alright, I'll get to that in a second. TCV is used to control thrust overshoot at the start and maintain constant chamber pressure during steady state operation. The valve is actuated by the differential pressure between the turbine inlet and the combustion chamber. The oxidizer control valve has 2 orifices, one that regulates main oxidizer flow and the other one controls the bleed flow required during engine start. Main flow orifice of the OCV is actuated by differential pressure across the LOX pump. This isn't a carburetor, no. I mean, unless I missed something. Literally Smarter Every Day just posted a video. Yes, Smarter Every Day's name is, yeah, what Havoc said. That's Destin. Yeah, Bandit, it's pretty cool. Did you see the fuel atomize? Did you see the fuel atomize and turn into vapor? Isn't that cool? So it goes through the venturi, right? And it gets the air gets compressed, and that high airflow sucks the gas up. It sucks the gas through the jet, right? Through the carburetor jet, which is just a metering valve, right? And then when the piston and the intake valve opens, you have the same amount of volume, right? And the piston, well, you have a differential volume. The piston goes down, and you now have the same amount of air trying to fill the same amount of volume. The air immediately goes, the pressure drops past the venturi, and the resulting vacuum that's already going on with the pressure drop atomizes the fuel. That vapor that he was talking about at the end, yeah, that's atomized fuel. You need the vapor for the engine to work. If you can't make fuel vapor, if you can't atomize oxidizer in fuel at low pressure, then it won't work. The paragraph right above the table. Ducts and manifolds in the RL-10 are generally made out of stainless steel and are not insulated. The venturi upstream of the turbine is designed to help stabilize the thrust control. The venturi is choked during the start, but not at the engine's intended operating point. Heat transfer in the ducts and manifolds is not considered significant during normal engine operation. Venturi is choked during the start, but not at the engine's intended operating point. No, this isn't a carburetor, Phil. No. Just because it has a venturi in it, it doesn't mean that it's doing exactly what a carburetor does. The venturi is choked. So that venturi right there has a butterfly valve in it, and at least what I can tell, like I'd have to read more. and they use it to meter the oxidizer flow. They literally it's working like a choke on a carburetor, but it's a choke for liquid. If you deprive the carburetor of oxidizer by choking it off, you're running fuel rich, and if you run fuel rich, the motor, it makes it easier for the RL10 or carburetor to start up. You got to run fuel rich. Yeah, that's... Heat transfer in the duct manifolds is not considered significant during normal engine operation. Interesting. Alright, what was I up to? Yeah, carburetors are cool, man. Really, it's really simple, but it's really smart.
Go at throttle up.
Carburetors are an example of one of those things where it's like, it's not complicated what it does, but it was really complicated to figure out. It's like, engineering is, just because the engineering is simple doesn't mean that it wasn't difficult to engineer. You know what I mean? Time is space news. About a half hour. Happy early birthday. Thanks, Ewok. 15-month resub. I have in mind to get a couple of carburetors on eBay and put them on. Well, that's what I did with the Coronet. Tessa. The Coronet has reman carb on it. And then I didn't rebuild it. I actually had my cousin rebuild it. Sorry, there was a creeper that spawned in here before. My birthday is today, heading to Pittsburgh for dinner with Geek. Oh, hey, I hope you guys have a good time. Is there a bed in here? Dang it, Dwarf Man. Yeah, Tessa, that's the thing. If you get one of those reman carbs, it's never gonna. They're always there. There's always something. My reman carb didn't have the right choke linkage on it for the Coronet, and I had to kind of jerry rig it to make it work. Doom is 100% spot on there. Anyway, let's Phil. We'll read more about that during Space News. So let me take a look. Tessa, these are the carbs for your bike. Okay. So, Doom, am I looking at this right? Accelerator pump. Throttle linkage right there. Okay. Tessa, here's the part. Look, all this stuff up here. This stuff, you don't need to touch that. Don't touch the top. You don't need to mess with that. You can if you want to rebuild it. While you have it out, you might want to do that. This stuff, don't need to mess with that. It's down here. This stuff. That. So, okay. See this? That's the float. And then your jets. The jets are probably clogged in the carburetor. Okay? So, how this all works, and once again, I knew all this before I watched Destin's video, but long story short, you have a reservoir down here. That's called the bowl. All right, and in there, the carbs are Cahin. All right, cool. Have a great evening. All right, Ewok, better get moving. Gonna be lots of traffic. Yep. Hey, Airborne. Got it confirmed. I'll be in your neck of the woods come around November 5th. That's when SLS is launching, Creeper. I'm literally not gonna be here. Hopefully, if it launches on time. The bowl is overflowing. Yeah, okay. The bowl is overflowing, so it's the needle in the seat. So it's this thing. the jets might be jammed, but if it's overflowing, does it run? If it runs fine, it's the jet. Or not the... It's not the jet, it's the needle and seat. Alright, so you have the bowl, right? And the bowl is full of gasoline, right? So the float inside the bowl is on a lever, right? Here's your float, right? And that lever moves up and down as the fuel level goes up. You want a full float bowl. That's important. Now, the float has another hinge right here, and then there's a needle, and then there's a seat for the needle, okay? The needle looks like this, right? Actually, here I can... The needle looks like that, and then there's the fuel inlet into the bowl. So this is coming from the fuel pump, right? So, when the bowl fills up with fuel, right, the float will float up, it'll actuate this, and then the needle will move up, and it'll block the fuel line in. So when you, like, so now if you step on the gas, right, and the carburetor, right, starts sucking fuel into the jet, right, that's the air intake, right? So airflow is going this way, right? And then it sucks the fuel in, right? Fuel's going that way, and then the atomized fuel goes into the motor. The level goes down. When it goes down, the float goes down, and it the needle unseats from the seat, and more fuel goes into the carburetor to keep it full. If your float bowls are overflowing, your needle's junk. The needle's junk. So needles usually don't come by themselves. I mean, in the diagram here, it looks like it might. That's the needle right there. It's either that or that. I'm not sure. Every carburetor is a little bit different. Just replace the float, clean out the bowl, replace the gasket, get a new needle, and yeah, it'll be fine. You don't even need to touch the rest of this. This is the accelerator pump. Don't worry about that. More likely the float has a hole in it. It could be anything, Doom. You can't leave carburetors sitting. Because if you leave carburetors sitting, then the fuel inside of the float bowl turns to varnish. If it turns to varnish, it basically becomes jelly, and that can clog everything up. Simultaneously, if you have a gas tank or gas that's been sitting in a gas tank for a while, or it's an old gas tank that you recently filled up with fuel, well, gas isn't pure gasoline, right? There's sediment in it left over from the refining process. That's just a thing. And the gasoline sitting in your bike's gas tank or your car's gas tank will separate, and all the sediment will sink to the bottom. And if you go low on fuel, right, and the gasoline goes down to the bottom, right, it'll start sucking the sediment into your fuel system. And that's death. Well, not death. That's death for your fuel system. It'll destroy your fuel pump. It'll destroy your carburetors. It'll destroy injectors. It'll gum them all up. And then your engine leans out and it blows itself up. Yeah. Well, that's the worst case scenario. But yeah, Tessa, it's the needle, seat, and the float. Change the needle and seat in the float bowl. Clean the float bowl out. Replace the gasket. Dude, it's not as complicated as you think. Carburetors are idiot-proof. Seriously. It really doesn't take a lot to fix. So running a carb dry by turning off the fuel and going for another mile or so is bad. I wouldn't want to run the carb dry either, because that same sediment sometimes gets stuck at the bottom of the float bowl, dude. The best thing to do is, if you're storing a vehicle for a while, is take the carburetor off and drain the fuel out, and then leave it inside. Put it in a Ziploc bag and leave it inside. That's the best way to do it. I did that with the Coronet. Yeah. Just take the carb off, tape the intake manifold, take the carburetor off, tape up the intake manifold with like duct tape or something that critters won't eat if you're storing the car outside. Take the carburetor inside with you and drain it. Just drain the fuel back into a gas tank. Yeah, that's the right way to do it. You don't ever want to run a fuel system dry. Tessa. It's not good for it. It would be about as detrimental as... Okay, so you remember what happened to SN8 when SpaceX Starship number 8 tried to go and land and the engine just went, no, and then the thing crashed into the ground? That is pretty much what happens. That's what happens if you run a rocket engine dry or you get cavitation inside of the methane lines. I mean, they lost fuel pressure in the fuel tank, so they lost fuel pressure in the tanks, so basically methane wasn't getting in there and the engine leaned itself out and destroyed itself. Yeah, your motor will do that. Especially if you have a carbureted motor with like mechanical fuel delivery. So like a carbureted motor, or if you're running mechanical fuel injection. I'm not sure who would do that, but... Hey, Entropy, digging the stash? Right on, man. Thank you. Maybe give it a go. Tessa, I'm telling you, it's idiot-proof. It's Panta's firehouse right there. It's a gravity fuel feed from the tank. So yeah. Motorcycles are gravity feed, so you don't have a pump. You don't have a fuel pump. Tessa, like I said, this stuff is simple. And this is why I like older things, because they're built to last. It's built to last. Like, it just is. It's so ridiculously simple that it's designed to just work. I mean, don't get me wrong, Eukerman, life is always going to make a bigger idiot, but if you even got a remote idea what you're doing, it'll be fine. Nothing is idiot-proof, just idiot-resistant. You really want to make something idiot-proof, don't try to make it idiot-proof, make it simple. Make it literally impossible to screw up. Best part is no part, you know what I mean? So, like with a carburetor, for instance, right? I'm trying to think what I should... I mean, I got all the gravel and everything. I kind of want to commission a new building, but I'm not sure where I should do it, just on a side note. Like with a carburetor, for instance, there's only so many things that can go wrong with that thing. And if you're going to repair it, right, if you're going to fix it, there's only so many ways that you can screw up fixing it because it's simple. There's not many parts. It's the least amount of parts that you need to get fuel to atomize. Seriously, you saw, like, if you've watched that Smarter Everyday video, you know how simple a carburetor is. It's not complicated. There are other ways to atomize fuel to get it to go into an engine. Electronic fuel injection, for instance. So now you have a different type of gas tank with a fuel pickup, an electronic fuel pump. You have vent lines. You have fuel. You have your fuel delivery pump. You have lines going to the fuel injectors. You have a fuel injection rail. I mean, one could argue that that's probably simpler, but that's more stuff. More stuff can fail there, so it's easier to screw that up. Help you with the tunnel? I can do that. Nice, Bandit. It has a Starlink bolted to the front. Why the front? Why not the top? What are these people, dumb? I mean, if you can't fix stupid, then either go by the lowest common denominator, right? You'd go by the lowest common denominator. Make it so actually, you don't need to go by the lowest common denominator. You don't even need to do that. Just make it as simple as possible. Stuff doesn't need to be complicated. I hate that we overcomplicate things. It's really aggravating and annoying. Because then you see something like rocket science, right? And rocket science has to be complicated. It has to be that way because there's no other way to do it. And then I see rockets, right? And then I see cars nowadays having as many sensors on them as you have as many sensors on the car like as you do on a friggin' spacecraft. And I'm just sitting here going, like, is this absolutely necessary? Are all these sensors absolutely necessary for the car to function? The answer is hell no. No, not a chance. Yeah, abandoned. Yeah. Truth. They increase safety and convenience, though.
I'm having this chicken and dumpling bowl that's been in our freezer forever.
That's fine.
Unless, do you know if there's pot pies in there, or did you eat them?
The what?
Are there chicken pot pies in there?
I didn't eat them, if there are. It's got to be somewhere in there. Do you have a meetup planned for the SLS launch? I want to do one. I don't have anything planned just yet. All I want is telemetry. The safety argument I don't really understand. I don't know how, you know. I mean, I guess with like tire pressures and stuff, but I mean, because a person can't be bothered with realizing that they have a flat tire. It's not like the car won't be making a different noise or anything. Or, you know, the fact that if you blow out a tire, you'll just go careening off the road, you know. I get it, but it just, I'm telling you, there's other ways to do it. So, like, okay, on a car, you have a tire pressure sensor, right? You have a tire pressure sensor that has a switch, right? And when the switch, when the pressure goes down in the tire, the switch opens, right? And when it opens, it closes, basically. It makes a circuit, right? And then that's going through a transducer somewhere on a car, and that's going into the car's computer, blah, 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 blah. Dude, you could literally do that with a light, with an LED light, and the sensor, and a resistor. That's it. It doesn't need to be that complicated. You could achieve the same results going to, well, I was about to say going to a Radio Shack and spending $5 on parts. I get it. I understand. It's freaking, you know, safety and stuff. I suppose, but I mean, why do I need to pay for other people's safety with the damn car? Like, I know how to operate a vehicle, right? Why do I have to pay 40 G's for a car that's designed for somebody that has no idea what they're doing? But then again, I did say engineer for the lowest common denominator, so I guess I answered my own question. I swear by my backup camera. Don't even get me started on those things, dude. It's so funny to me with backup cameras. It's the stupidest thing I've ever seen. Works great. Shrug. Havix, you know that they... Alright. Okay. Alright. I'm actually asking. I'm not trying to be a jerk about it. Do you know that they put backup cameras in cars because they, You know they put backup cameras in cars because of poor visibility out the rear. The reason why there's poor visibility out the rear on modern cars is because they mandated that the back of the car needs to have a certain size to it. You need a certain size D pillar or B pillar or C pillar, right? For rollovers and stuff, because you know that happens a lot, right? You need a certain size, basically, attachment on the back of the car to protect it in a rollover, right? So they regulated that cars needed to have better rollover capability, and then when they had poor visibility, now it's backup cameras. Now every car needs a backup camera. You know, they're doing all this regulation, right? And don't get me wrong, I'm like not one of those crazy like, oh, I hate all these regulation people. Like, I get it. But also at the same time, it's super counterintuitive. And the reason why it's super counterintuitive is because, you know, they're making all these regulations about how cars need to be and how this needs to be and how this needs to be. when they're overlooking the fact that, you know, you guys are the ones that make the rules about what it takes to get a license. Why don't you just make the license tests more stringent so people understand what the, like, no? We can't, I guess we can't be bothered with doing that, right? Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. Like, these are the people that literally make the rules for the driving tests, saying that people don't know how to drive, so we need to make the cars safer because people don't know how to drive. You're the ones that made the rules for this. Backup cams are there to prevent idiots from running over their kids. Because, Bravo, okay, look, yeah, I know. Because people can't be bothered with looking behind them when the car's going backwards. No, it's they can't see. You can't see anything because they regulated that the back of cars need to be thick because of rollover protection, right? It's stupid. That's really dumb. It's not the first time stupid stuff like that has happened. Aren't those features just making it lawsuit proof? Automakers didn't put it in there. Every car has to have a backup camera. It's been federally mandated for all car production. All this little stuff, it has to be protected in a rollover, etc., etc. It has to be protected in a rollover. It has to do this. It has to do that. You have to make sure that you have a backup camera. All that stuff raises the price of the car. So you're literally getting you're getting a car that does the same thing as your old car. That's twice the price with a couple of amenities here and there. All that stuff adds up. Fellas, you're not going to convince me that looking forward at a backup camera while your car is going backward is the right way to do things. I was taught at driving school in driver's ed to always look where the car is going. I hate looking forwards to go backwards. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Now, putting a backup camera on like like above the back seat or something, sure, that's a cool idea. I don't mind that. I don't like the fact that you have to look forward to go backwards. That really, really doesn't sit right with me. Time to daily my 56 despite the government. It's not about, like, Drenzy, I get it. Like, it could easily devolve in, like, to this. What I'm trying to say could easily devolve into herd or too much regulations, but the regulations don't really have a lot of common sense. Only good for connecting trailers. Now, see, Aussie, I'm with you on that one. That's fine. But see, now every car needs them. Every car has them. That's going to raise the price of cars. All these little things add up and make cars more expensive. You notice how there's no $20,000 cars anymore? I get it, inflation, but even adjusted for inflation, there's no inexpensive automobiles. Every new car is like 35, 45, 55, 65,000 bucks. I mean, there's Ford's Maverick, which that's kind of cool. That's 20. I think that starts at 20 or something. Yeah, the Daisy. We don't get Senderos over here. You can get a new Civic for like 22K. Yeah. But if you compare that, D-Pick, if you compare that even adjusted for inflation, here, I'll show you. Here, I'll show you what I'm trying to tell you. Okay, here. Let's take an inflation calculator, okay? Take an inflation calculator, okay? 1969. So my Coronet probably went for like 2,500 bucks in 69. Look. See what I'm talking about? You're never going to find a car as equipped as the Dodge is nowadays for that price. It's a full-size sedan with a V8 and a nice transmission in it. Well, not full-size. It's a mid-size. See what I'm talking about? And $2,500 is a lot of money for a car. The average car in the late 60s was not this expensive. Well, actually, that's a decent price. That would be like a $50,000 car nowadays. But see what I'm talking about? All this little stuff, all these little things, all these stupid little sensors, all this in the name of safety. I get it. I understand. There's backup cameras, the rollover and crash mandate. And don't get me wrong, you know, like I don't want people to get hurt, right? But you also have a responsibility when you're driving around a 2-ton metal box. I'm just putting it out there, right? All that stuff adds up, and it makes cars more expensive. And then we sit here and wonder why, you know, automakers nickel and dime everything, and they make everything out of plastic and stuff. They don't really have a choice. You pay for convenience, but your money's not taking you as far as it could be. That's my problem with it, dude. And that's why I like old stuff. And don't get me wrong, I get it. If you want to buy a new car, you like your backup camera, that's totally cool. But why, like, I don't need that stuff. Why should I have to pay for that stuff? I don't need it. I don't want it. You know? It's like, it would be like when you go to buy a TV at a store, right? And they're like, oh, well, the protection plan is included because other people have broken their televisions before. It's like, I don't need that. I don't want that. No. It's company policy. You have to have it. I go, all right. Look, man, I just think it's funny. It's funny to me that's, you know, that's how this ended up. And once again, like, I get it. People, you know, people want their convenience and whatnot. I get it. It's totally all right. I ain't buying a new car. Screw that. The only new car I'd probably buy is a Tesla, which is funny, but yeah, no, that's probably the only thing. Are you willing to pay extra insurance to not have the safety features? I mean, you're gonna... Oh. What are you doing up here? Get out of here. I mean, you're gonna have to pay insurance anyway. So, like, if I'm buying a sports car or something, yeah, you're gonna have to pay for that kind of crap anyway. That noise. Tesla's even more sensors. Yeah, I understand that. Nice, Doom. Well, Dravenzi, like I said, we sit here and wonder about right to repair and stuff. Like, oh my gosh, why are they hamstringing? Well, they're hamstringing us because their profit margins are getting screwed by all this by all these regulations. We regulated our car industry into oblivion. That's why chicken tax exists. Like, I'm just saying. You know, in the 60s and the 70s, American cars were everywhere, and they were great. They were great quality products, right? And then we started regulating our cars left and right, and the Japanese came in and they said, imports aren't subject to that same stuff, and look what happened. Oops. Insurance has become more expensive, especially here in Atlanta, because of how people drive. Right to repair just got made a law in the UK. They won't make a right to repair just got made law. They won't make a product just for us. Yeah, GeoGamer, it's hilarious. We say, oh, we need to be safer on the roads. We need to be safer on the roads. But seriously, how hard is it to get your license in the U.S.? You can walk, like, anybody that's 18, no driver's ed, can walk down to the DMV and go and get their license. Like going to get groceries. So it's funny because all these regulations are there in the name of safety, but they never even bothered to, you know, make it harder to get a license because, you know, because what? We can't teach people how to drive cars correctly, or what's going on there? Like, weird, Tessa. I've never heard of something like that, Geek, but yeah. How much is classic insurance per year for a sedan? Supercraft, on my Coronet in the truck, I have the lowest insurance that you can get. The reason is because I have the lowest insurance coverage that you could possibly get. The only reason I do that is because you have to have auto insurance in Massachusetts. Now, don't get me wrong, every state is different. Yeah, I'm just gonna put this cobble. Actually, you know what? We'll put the cobble in this order. Sorry,
Go at throttle up.
kind of going around in circles. Well, that's a lot. 12-month resub. Oh yeah, the RPM Act. Oh god, what gross overreach is that, Geek? It's so stupid. Yeah, no, I've talked about that on stream before. So I insure them for the lowest rates. Look, yeah, could I get into an accident with the Coronet? Yes. Could it hurt me? Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. But I also don't drive the thing like an idiot. Like, I'm not gonna go hooning around with that thing on the streets. There we go. I know how to drive the car, and I know its capabilities, and I know its limitations, so... I mean, don't get me wrong, yeah. Somebody could go through a red light or something and hit me, and that would suck. You know? But... I like my old cars. See, you have that, but also on the other hand, you know, there's the chance of that happening, but on the other hand, I could rebuild the entire car in my garage. Can't necessarily do that with a real car. Or with a newer car, not a real car. Nice work, my dude. Thanks, Real. I appreciate that. This is our community city project. Sorry, I'm kind of on a little bit of a tangent, but what I'm trying to do is walk around and at least show people the city while I'm talking about this stuff. I can't believe that happened, Benno. I can't believe that. It's pathetic. Is it a server? Yeah. Mm-hmm. This is my community. Real has built all this stuff, dude. Yeah. This is a community city project. Here, let me show you the map. So it's centered around a shipyard. So we started building ships first, and then we started building the city to go with the ships. Started building roads, zoning buildings and stuff, and planning highways and bridges, and basically we're playing SimCity here in Minecraft, and it's all on survival too. This is all made with survival. This is no creative mode here. You want the resources to build that battleship right there? That was all mined out. Right on, Rob Eats. Yep. How's the power plant? Sebi hasn't worked on it in a little while. I haven't seen any progress. I believe it. It's cool. Yeah, Real. We level mountains and stuff, dude. It turns out that there's a lot of people in my community that just like coming home from work and just mining stuff out. It's how they relax. So, yeah, resources ain't a problem. No. Yeah, we could. I mean, literally level mountains. We are the masters of our domain. Look at what I found in traffic today. Dare I say it was faster than it on my bicycle. Yo, nice Lincoln, dude. Nice Lincoln. Oh yeah, I like that, Vasia. That's dude. So, Vasia, I bet you if you asked that guy, he would talk your brains off about this. This thing has a retractable hard top. This Lincoln. It's a very special type of Lincoln. This is a 66, right? It's a Continental Tessa. It is the JFK car, but it's the wrong year. This thing has a retractable. This type of Lincoln, it's not like a soft top. It's a retractable hard top, if I'm remembering right. Also, 4-door convertible. Now, see, this is what I'm talking about when I'm like, dude, crazy. Oh no, that one is a soft top. It's not the right year. There was a year that Lincoln did a retractable hard top, and it's a metal hard top for the car, and it retracts into the trunk, and it's using all vacuum lines, dude. It's gnarly engineering for the time. That one, oh, nope, that one still is using vacuum lines, so the soft tops have vacuum as well. Check that out. See all the lines? See all the pneumatic tubes back there? So freaking cool. How does it even work, dude? Yeah, no, I know. My cousin has a car like this, dude. That's why I know. And it's got a flip front hood. Like, it's a classy freaking car, dude. There's a second photo. Let me see. Yep. Nice wheels. See, dude, yo, even the guy in the police car is freaking peeping it. Nice wheels. That's a really clean Lincoln, dude. All right. Yeah, Durenzio, it's a nice car. All right, what were we up to back here? Yeah, vacuum line, automatic retractable, which is, I mean, it's a cool car. I love cars like that, man. It's just it's a luxury car. It's like that's what Lincoln was back in the day. So, Vasi, that's a Ford. Lincoln was Ford's performance, like Ford's luxury brand. It still is to an extent today, but it's not like it was. Like, those cars are. I love it, dude. What are we looking at here, Doom? Ah, nice, Doom. I just downloaded Twitch today. How behind am I? I don't know, man. Well, thanks for popping in, Real. I do appreciate it. Fun chatting today. Got to head to work. I'll throw some engine pics your way once we get this weekend. All right, man. Hey, Oki. What's going on? Drenzi, I actually do like the new Lincolns. I know I said, like, I don't like new cars, but yeah, I do like it. Mm-hmm. Lincoln was Ford's Cadillac, right? Yeah, Tessa. Mm-hmm. So there was Cadillac, which was like the standard, and then Ford had Lincoln, and then Chrysler had Imperial. Imperials are cool. They're really cool cars. Like, dude, they spared no expense because competition, right? The big three were really competing with each other. So they spared no expense with these things. They went bananas with them. I mean, that's why Caddies got to be like real luxury brands, you know? Did Toyota have anything? Toyota has the Crown. Yeah, the Toyota Crown. Not at the time. Not at the time. Toyota wasn't big enough at the time. See last. What model was it again? That's a 66 Lincoln Continental. Vasi, the doors open up like this. They open up like an entrance to like a shop. They don't open up like this, right? Not like that. Like they're called suicide doors. They open up like this. How many servers do you host and how often do you stream? Real, I stream about 65 to 70 hours a week. Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I'm a STEM streamer. I teach people about space and science. Minecraft is just a side project, dude. That's why I'm just kind of chilling and talking, because players are building the buildings and I'm like the foreman. I go around and check out the city and stuff. I build stuff too from time to time, but this is what I do on like before hours, and I'm actually gonna probably pop off for a second here, and then the next segment of the stream, because I run like 12-hour streams, 10 to 12-hour streams, 5 days a week. Friday, Saturday, this stream today, well, heck, it's probably going to go for another 12 hours, and I've already been streaming for 3. This is going to be like 15, 16-hour stream. I've been doing 15, 16ers, Saturdays and Sundays, pretty much every weekend for like a year, on top of the 12-hour streams during the week. I stream a lot. I do it a lot. I like it. It's a fun job. And the next segment of the stream is space news, where we talk about what's going on in the space flight industry. It's like a 1 to 2 hour segment where I talk about what's going on in the space flight industry. I explain things with the rockets and whatnot. Explain what like NASA's up to, and then after that I play Kerbal Space Program, and I'm working on building a launch pad for one of my rockets in Kerbal Space Program right now. Show us some builds that I made. Sure, man. The LVSA should be attached, fellow. Yeah. So this one right here, the gray, black, and white, Yotel, I made this one. I mean, Supercraft in chat helped me with this one, but yeah, that's one that I started making. This is real. This is based off of a building in my hometown in Boston. Yotel is like a cyberpunk hotel. Seriously, like here, check this out. Let me show you. Like here, that's the building right there. This is in Boston's Seaport District. So Yotel is like minimalist, futuristic. Like that's the hotel room. It's super compact and like, see what I'm talking about? It's really like cyberpunky. It's a cool hotel. It's pretty neat. I've never stayed in it though, but yeah, Supercraft helped for the facade. Don't worry, you could say I made it. It's your project. Yeah, it's a cool building. I just thought it looked nice, and you know, I saw this. I'm like, oh, we have all the different concrete, so we can make that. You want to join and build? To keep people from coming in and breaking stuff real, I'm not saying that you will. You seem pretty chill. To keep people from breaking stuff, you have to be following the stream for a little while, for 3 months before you can join up. I just followed just now. It's gonna take 3 months, dude. I'm sorry. I have a, like, that really kind of keeps the idiots from coming in. You know what I mean, and wrecking things. Yeah, whatever name is available. Yeah, exactly. What about a tip? I don't do quid pro quo tips like that, dude. I don't work like that. I put out the content, dude. If you like it, you support it. But I don't do sub goals. I don't do any gimmicks to try to get more subs or anything like that. I try to put out good content as much as I possibly can, and if people like it, you pay for it. If you don't, you don't. If you like it and you can't pay for it, I don't care. That's fine. Just watch the stream. It's totally cool. But I don't do stuff like that. Sorry, it's just a hard rule. This is gonna sound weird coming from a streamer, dude, but I don't really like the idea of begging for subs. I want to earn subs. I don't want to beg for them. And I see that a lot nowadays on the platform. And don't get me wrong, everybody's stream is different. Everybody's gonna run their stream the way they want to, and that's fine. I'm not gonna get up somebody's tail because they have like a sub goal on the stream or something. That's not how I roll. It's not about them. It's about how I want to do it. You know what I mean? Because this is my stream. I want to earn subs. I don't beg for them. So whenever there's content on this stream, you won't see any crazy overlays or anything like that. I keep my stream running the exact same way I ran it when I started streaming 8 years ago. It's just me and the game. The content is either the game or me, nothing else. Or whatever we're watching, right? Show some more builds then. I get the whole sub thing. I'm the same way. Yeah, I'm not gonna beg, dude. I don't do that. So out here in the shipyard, the destroyer that's out here, I made this one. Merkers, well, you got gifted a sub. So see the destroyer right there? I gotta walk. That's a fish, not a firework. So this is out in the shipyard. I, for what it's worth, built the dry dock for this thing. Nice, Sneaky. I built the dry dock for this, and I built the destroyer. What's a tier 1 sub? So real, if you're newer to Twitch, so subscriptions are the way you support the streamer. If you subscribe to somebody's stream, it's like becoming a member on YouTube. Following on Twitch is what subscriptions are on YouTube. So you could follow a stream, and if you subscribe to that streamer, it's a recurring payment. Now, don't get me wrong, you don't have to pay anything because you got gifted a sub, so you're all set. But if you don't get gifted a sub and you subscribe to someone's stream on Twitch, you're basically, you pay them. That's how I get paid. I get paid in subs and tips to the stream. Yeah, so this project centers around the shipyard. The shipyard is kind of why we're building the city out. But yeah, this is the Cassin Young. It's a Fletcher class destroyer. I made this a couple of months ago, this is an actual museum ship in also Boston. It's a museum ship in Boston Harbor. Yeah, you get the emotes too. You can use the emotes that are associated with the channel. They're little emoticons that people can put in the chat. It has my face on it, and it's kind of borderline weird at times. But hey, whatever. Lots to process all at once, but thanks. Yeah, hey, I know it's like coming to Twitch is a little weird. Don't get me wrong. Like yeah, just if it's too much and you're just like screw it, you're like me. And it's just like, dude, I just want to watch the stream. That's all good, man. So, see these docks out here? I helped make the docks, and I helped... See, like, there's not a lot of stuff that I built. I'll be honest with you. I planned a lot of it, though. These are my designs. That bridge I built right there, the elevated road, Bramnavans, I think, is the one that helped me with the road surface and some of the road deck. But, like, down there, I mapped out most of that, and I built most of that. Have you seen From the Depths? I know about From the Depths. Yep. Building ships almost in Minecraft style. I actually like Stormworks. Stormworks is my go-to game for stuff like that. What else did I make in here? There's a lot of stuff. So, I made that brick building right there. That one. That's across the street from Yotel. I made that. I came up with the road designs. I planned these roads out. What else? I built this stretch of road right here. See this? The curvy bits? I made that. What other things do we have out here? I came up with the design for these houses when we first started. This is where we founded the city, so to speak. So there's a lot of small wooden houses, right? It's the old district of the city now. So I built a good deal of these guys in here. I built that pier right there. I came up with the design for this pier, for those piers over here. What else? Yeah, I built a lot of the railroad tracks that go through the industrial sector. See, there's a railroad bridge behind this bridge. You can't really rotate the camera. It's hard to see. What else? There's a bunch, like, dude, like I've done a bunch of small things. Like I built this subway station yesterday, or 2 days ago. Behind the white building right here, there's an auto shop that I made. Yeah, I build a lot of stuff, but I do most of the planning here. How come the city doesn't have a rail trail all over for showcase? Because we use our we use the rail lines and we don't freaking make them footpaths. Made a couple suspension bridges. Cool, man. Right on. But most importantly, you built friendships. That's right. Ah, thanks, GeoGamer. I appreciate that. That was Canadian. Canadian Cumulin built this, the sports complex over there. Sneaky built that building. Benno built that one. Nianix built these ones out here. Memam's working on a building right there. Nianix built that one. These are all just players that are part of the community that watch the stream. Nianix built that. Canadian built those. DV built that one. Newton's working on a building right there. Vex built that one, which is a building in Australia, which is really cool. Vex, I forget the name of that thing. World Killer built the Shipyard Museum. I'm not sure who built the building under the under construction building, but it's pretty cool. Goalie built the police station and the fire station and the oil rig. Can I see Benno's building? Sure. That Benno's building is a building from Tokyo. That is a hotel in Shinjuku. Right by Shinjuku Station. I stayed at that hotel when I went to Tokyo in 2012. Yeah. Panta built a firehouse down there. Swaggerheim built the mini mall here. Dravenzio built that supermarket. Lundprod built the City Hall building right there. Kyron built the archery range. That archery range, he hasn't finished it yet, but it actually works. Like, you can shoot arrows at the targets, and they'll move back and forth with redstone. And these are all just different players' houses out here. And then someone built an A10 right there. World Killer, the construction site is you? Right on. Have you considered making a college? Hokey, I haven't, but we could. We could put a campus, like, somewhere down here. I planned for residential housing all down here, but yeah. It's !NMC, guys, to join if you want to, but you have to be following the stream for 3 months. Drenzio's built that ship out there, but I don't think he's finished it. NR Wood's working on finishing the pier. We should get a Minecraft light rail system. Yeah, Panja, we're working on it. That's literally what World Killer, you built that station, right? World Killer built out the train station here, and then we built out the planned lines for a freight yard right there. Where's the Space Center for all the SpaceX launches? I purposely have not been doing space stuff in this, because why is this working on the tunnel right now? Yeah, we're going to have another subway station come out over here somewhere. There is a subway line that goes from City Hall to here, to the community storage. You and Canadian? Yeah, okay, cool. Incredibly off topic, but Aussie Fords are best Fords. XB Falcon, man. It's one of my favorite cars, Scary. I got to sit in one once. One of only like 50 in the US, dude. I got to sit in an XB Falcon before. It was dressed up like Mad Max. And yes, it's amazing. I want one. Petition to put Benno in Minecraft jail for breaking and entering 4th floor of my building. Yeah, I purposely haven't built space stuff, but you could build the boats that help support space stuff if you want to. Like, Thomas built Go Searcher and NRC Quest right there. And then Drool built the Sheila Borderlawn right there, which was used to recover fairings. Yeah, space navies are totally allowed. I feel like space stuff is bound to happen. I won't build a space setter unless the city's big enough. And then again, if we're gonna build a space setter, we got to find a place that's near a lot of water. That's important. We should build the Apollo tracking ships. Why is there... I had these piers. This pier is a fueling pier, so I'm not sure what we can do with that. But let me see. Do we have any berthing? Do we have any berths open? Not really. We could build Demos. Did Lego just release your truck as a set? That's close. That's supposed to be a 55. That Lego truck. It's supposed to be a 55 Ford, not a 59. It's close though. I could probably make it look like mine. Yeah, all this area right here, you see where there's no trees? All that area was leveled. people, like I said, real people like doing mining. People like leveling terrain. All right. Are the black areas unexplored? It's not necessarily unexplored, just a place where the map hasn't rendered. Actually, we got a big ocean biome out here. But yeah, space centers and airports are down the road. We got to make the city bigger before we do that. What's the structure northeast of the oil rig? Well, that's for flags right there, and that's a spawner. Oh, what's that called? I forget what that is. Sorry, I'm not very good at Minecraft. I think someone showed a picture of the evolution on Discord. Guardian Farm, that's it. Yep. Alright, it's almost 4 o'clock, guys. Yeah, it's a fun project. You know, like, I wish I had more time to put into this, because then I would just build more buildings and I'd get all this stuff filled in. But because I have to, you know, I do Space News and we do Kerbal and stuff and racing and all this other things, like, I have to, I don't have as much time to work on this as I really would want. What animals do you like in real life? Oh, I don't know, man. Dogs? Go with dogs. Oh. There's a time lapse, or not a time lapse, there's a picture. Let's see. That's what it looked like on March 27th. And that's what it looks like on June 27th. Jeez, man. No, Hunt the Streamer is not tomorrow. Racing is tomorrow because, yeah, I'm actually going to work tomorrow. I was going to take tomorrow off, but the weather's going to be terrible. And I'm not going to lie. The reason why I wanted to take the 3rd, 4th, and the 5th off is because I want to go to the beach. That's usually what we do for the 4th of July. I go down the Cape. So I'm actually going to be working tomorrow. Tomorrow, yeah, we'll just do a full stream. And I'm going to take Tuesday off. Yeah, we've made some progress, I'd say. Yeah, geez, look at that. Hey, Rome wasn't built in a day, dudes. This is totally vanilla Minecraft. It's running 16.5 hokey. That's the only thing. I saw that, Ando. I'd like to visit and tour. Or 16.4? It's 16.4. Yep. Mate. But yeah, like I said, guys, I'm kind of the foreman of this project, so I don't do much building, but I do like playing and coming on here and showing off all the buildings to you guys. That's really my favorite thing to do. This community is so damn talented. I'll also try and stay up to date as I'm very busy, but I'll check it out as often as you can. Hey, it's all good, man. Don't feel obligated to watch the stream. Like, another one of my rules is no expectations. I don't have any expectations for streaming. Because if you have expectations for streaming, right? Like, oh, I expect to get 1,000 viewers today. It ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen. That's not how this works, you know? So, hey, it's all good. You got stuff to do. It's fine. More builds to show. I think I've covered most of the city and most of the stuff that I've made. Is there anything else? I think I got most of the things that I put together. I made that bridge right there. Does that help? Yeah, D-Pick made the McDonald's that's right there. Tuesday, what are you taking a day off on your day off? How could you do this? Yeah. Yeah, I remember my first video, I was like, goal is 100. I got like 8. for YouTube, this goes across to YouTube. All right, it goes to YouTube. It goes to Twitch. As a content creator, you have no expectations. That's the rule. Don't expect anything. Earn things. All right. Nothing's gonna be given to you in this business. Nothing. So I mean, but that doesn't mean that you can't get people to help you with stuff, you know. But yeah, no, you get it. Yeah, the tubes. Hey, yeah, no problem, dude. I'm a YouTube junkie, man. I have YouTube on in the background when I'm not streaming. I watch a lot of car content on YouTube. Not so much space stuff, ironically. I read space stuff. I go and read PDFs like this about RL10 modeling and operations for expander cycle hydrolox engines because I'm a loser. Like, all right. Could have been at a barbecue. Supercraft, there's the corner with all your builds. So yeah, Supercraft, you're the one that made these. I thought it was serious, but no, you did that. Do you ever watch this weird streamer when I do coding? Can't think of their name, starts with an E. Yeah. Do you know IBX Toy Cat? He does Minecraft. He also should start a satellite program. I'd be down to build some high altitude structures. Well, real, once again, like, if you stick around, yeah, you know, like, stick around and you're here, man. Yeah, I mean, if you want to jump in when the time is right, like, I have the 3-month rule, but if you're here and you show up and you support the community, like, I'm not going to waive it after a week, you know what I mean? But down the road, maybe. Get it? Because I'm on a road? Yeah, no, that's terrible. I have a mustache. I can make dad jokes, okay? This looks great, Supercraft. You did a good job. I don't know IBX Toy Cat, though. Yeah, these are really good, Supercraft. You should build more buildings, dude. Hey, Velo, what's going on? Altio, you ever gonna finish this? I'm just giving you crap, dude. Finish it whenever you're ready. I wonder what Zelly's up to. Hey, Pepsi, what's going on? Love the mustache, thank you. I think I'd be on your server too much if you joined. Yeah, I hear that, man. It's all good. Yeah, see, I made this one here. It's a good building. I don't know what I'm going to use it for. I think the building that it's based off of, this is based off of a building in Orlando. Downtown Orlando, Florida. So nobody knows what it is because nobody goes to downtown Orlando. Hey, what? I lived there for 2 years. No one goes there. Don't, if anybody wants to say, oh my god, hey, downtown Orlando. No, it's not. There's a train station there in the Orlando Magic, and that's it. Shut up. Wait, huh? Anyway, yeah, that's an old bank building in downtown. It's 16.4, Velo. Some scholars suggest that downtown Orlando might not even exist. The only good thing in Orlando is the airport to get to Disney World. Having lived in Orlando for 20 plus years, I can confirm that. I've been to downtown Orlando. I've been to concerts there. Huh. That's not in... Disney World and Universal are not in Orlando. That's... Disney World's closer to Kissimmee. Or Kissimmee. That's how you gotta say it. Someone build the I-4 eyesore. Oh god, please don't do that. Now, you want to go have fun in Orlando, you go to iDrive. It's expensive, but you go to iDrive. Sneaky.